age of 6, the credit goes up to $3,600 annually per child. For those with kids between 6 and 17, the credit goes up to $3,000 a year.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. Like the direct payments we got earlier, there is an income cutoff. The credits are phased out for individuals earning over $75,000 a year and couples making $150,000. In California, lawmakers plan to vote today on guaranteed income, what would be a first-in-the-nation state program to give lower-income residents a monthly payment with no restrictions on how to spend the money. Critics call it a wealth transfer. President Biden met with Senate Democrats to push more spending.
There are families in need of shorter commute times, safer commutes. Kids need to be able to drink clean drinking water.
Fox's Madeline Rivera has more on the plan.
Senate Dems agreed on a budget blueprint that would pour federal resources into climate change, health care, and family service programs. However, Senator Joe Manchin hasn't committed to it, saying he's paying close attention to how the plan would be paid for.
We have a debt of $28.5 trillion right now.
Republicans oppose it all as too much spending, but can't block it in the Senate. Disney star Olivia Rodrigo went to the White House urging younger Americans to get COVID vaccine shots.
It's important to have conversations with friends and family members, encouraging all communities to get vaccinated and actually get to a vaccination site, which you can do more easily than ever before.
Almost a third of American adults have yet to get a dose as COVID cases creep back up lately. Almost 32,000 reported in the U.S. yesterday. That's 3 times over 30K in the past week, which hasn't happened in 2 months. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. A clear, crash-free commute across Collier and Charlotte counties. Lee County, we still have a crash on 6 Mile Cypress Parkway, just north of Penzance Boulevard, off to the side of the road. Not causing any major slowdowns. Just watch for deputies heading between Winkler and Daniels Parkway. Heading out through Glades County, though, we have a crash just north of the center of LaBelle. That's on State Road 29, north of State Road 78. And if you're heading out that way, all lanes are blocked from that major crash. FHP's on scene, so definitely an area to avoid or reroute yourself around before you get to that detour this morning. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Thursday, Southwest Florida. After a wet start this week, look for a slightly drier day today. However, we still will be looking at some storms, so they will be more hit or miss and isolated in nature. Temperatures pushing to 93 degrees for this afternoon. Moisture increases with storm chances on the rise as we head into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Spotty storms expected for tomorrow afternoon on your Friday with a high of 92 degrees, with storms becoming more scattered and a little bit more widespread in nature. Saturday, Sunday with highs remaining near 92 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Plug into the power. 92.5 Fox News.
Right. All along, summer is here, and Conditioned Air wants to introduce you to our new Easy Comfort solution, the coolest way to get your new AC. Now you can get a new AC unit for one low monthly payment and no down payment. Best of all, annual tune-ups, a smart thermostat, air filters, and repairs due to normal wear and tear are all included. Call Conditioned Air today, the comfort people since 1962. 1-888-COLD-AIR or online at conditionedair.com. License number CAC 1819590.
I love being a bartender. I love waiting tables. But at the end of my shift, my feet were killing me. And so I had to pretend like I was having a good time, and really, I couldn't wait to sit down. But it wasn't just my feet, it was also my knees were achy. A lot of neck pain, too. I was in so much pain, I kind of lost hope, really. And then I saw the Good Feet store, and that's when everything changed.
For over 20 years, we've helped people like Kristen enjoy their work again without their feet getting in the way.
It was pretty shocking to realize that I'd been in so much pain, and suddenly I'm completely pain-free. Now that I have the Good Feet arch supports, I don't have to pretend to be happy. I'm genuinely happy. So, cheers. My name is Kristen, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting. at the Good Feet store.
Call 552-FEET or visit us in Naples or our newest store in Fort Myers.
What's up, Southwest Florida? It's your friend Tyler McCluskey here, and I'm reminding you about our new show that airs every Saturday at 11 a.m. right here on 92.5 Fox News. Every week I give you all the information you need to know about your health insurance needs. We also promote local real estate, entertainment, and have a guest host each week. Be sure to tune in live every Saturday at 11 a.m. or download our show on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. For more information or a health insurance quote, visit TylerMcCluskey.com.
Join us this Saturday at 11 a.m. for the Tyler McCluskey Show, right here on 92.5 Fox News.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage. When you need certainty in the home buying process with a loan that fits your life, Rocket can.
If you're moving, selling, or purchasing furniture and need help getting it home, there are a lot of moving companies to choose from. But wait, all moving companies are not created equal. Sure, if you're moving your college students' furniture, hiring young movers is fine. But if you're moving highly valued items, you need Rice's Moving and Transport. They meticulously pad wrap everything and secure your valuables and gently pack, transport, and set them up. Rice's Moving and Transport employs skilled professional movers who respect your belongings, not just young hunks who can lift heavy things. Moving is stressful enough. Don't stress about hiring the right moving company. Here's what Teresa in Naples said about Rice's Moving and Transport. I was so impressed when your moving crew came to my home. They politely introduced themselves by name. Seems small, but it made an impression. When you need help moving, trust Rice's Moving and Transport. Rice'sMoving.net, moving you into the future.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We want your car, truck, van, or SUV today. We are paying top dollar for clean vehicles. Before you sell or trade, call Lee Auto Group to get the most money for your car. Lee Auto Group, lee-cars.com. Don't forget the dash.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com. That's the website, Steele has 3 E's. It is mobile friendly. It's basic. It's simple. You look at it and it's like, this is the most simple site I've ever seen. Thank you, Jake the Millennial, because, that's what we're looking for. I said, I want simple. Where do I go to find somebody who can build me something that'll be simple, that'll work like an app? And I said, Jake's simple. And I don't mean that in a... So it's mobile friendly. It's good for your phone. It's good for your smart device. It's a simple.
There's beauty in simplicity.
There is a lot of beauty in simplicity. I mean, when you think about the most simple things in the whole world, for example,
4-on-the-floor drum beat that can't ever escape the top 40.
I was thinking an Apple. But anyway, all right. So simplicity. That's what it's all about. Hey, coming up, this is not simple. There's going to be a lot of talk maybe today, throughout the day. You may or may not hear about Maricopa County. This is really strange. Why is it that congressional Democrats sent a letter, a threatening letter, a 13-page letter to try disrupting the Arizona vote audit? Why? What's the problem here? Oh boy. Yeah, there's some election fraud news. Georgia ballot counting there. Is there provable fraud? But it's over. The election's over. Listen, for everybody who's listening right now, and I know there are many people, not just Democrats, but also people who would wish that we would just move on. Joe Biden is the president of the United States, and I don't know what you could possibly think differently when it comes to who that person is and the job that they are doing and the reason why they are there and the fact that 722 million people voted for Joe Biden as president of the United States. And if you're thinking to yourself, it's a
bowl of doggy do.
You might think that. I don't know. But there are questions. And here's why you care. And we're going to get to it in just a second. You care because the institution of voting in this country, in a constitutional republic, is the most important thing that we have and the trust that is needed in order to keep our constitutional republic has to be strong. And if we have elections now that every single election, whether it's local, state, or national, is going to be questioned as to whether or not it is something we can trust, then we do not have a constitutional republic. We don't have a country. It's that important. So we got to keep an eye on this. We have to make sure that fundamentally we have security in our elections and confidence. I mean, think about it, right? You always debate, 2000 hanging chads, George W. and America, and Al Gore, the famous one who invented the internet, and any election you can think of, 2016, 2008, questions about certain aspects of the election, but ultimately, when all is said and done, and in Florida and hanging chads and the like, when the decision is made, it's like, okay, you lick your wounds and you get back to it. You have the trust and the faith in the process that keeps us moving on to the next election. If you have everything that happened in the 2020 election and the questions about things that are being changed, and then Texas Democrats leaving a state because they don't like that there's some reform, which really isn't reform. It's like going back to 2019. It's more like, and then a couple of small changes here and there. Nothing that is going to change the fundamental election process as we know it in Jim Crow 2.0 and Jim Crow, Jim Eagle, and all the nonsense and hyperbolic statements that are made. So everybody will just get out there and say, no, we're not going to allow this to happen. Meanwhile, do you even know what's in it? By the way, speaking of that, a great article at Just the News. What's in it? Like, what's in the Texas voting reform bill? Do you even know? Not you. I mean, many of you may already know, and we'll get to that because it's Jen Psaki and others who are going to push back against media that would say, well, one person, Peter Doocy. It's like, what's going on here? Like, what do you object to? If you can't tell us specifically, and Democrats can't, because when you hear specifically what's in it, you think to yourself, this doesn't sound like what you're talking about. This doesn't sound like a Jim Eagle or whoever it is. It's
not a joke.
I don't know what it is. So we'll talk about that coming up as well. And how about you saying things like, hey, don't Fauci my Florida. Oh, you can't say that? Can you imagine if somebody were selling T-shirts or something that maybe koozies or something that says, don't Fauci my Florida? You can't do that. It's yeah, guess who's selling merchandise that says, don't Fauci my Florida? Would you like to take a guess? Jake, would you like to take a guess? Who's selling Don't Fauci My Florida merchandise? I'll give you one hint. People really like him in the state. He's got a re-election in 2022, and he's being talked about as a 2024 candidate for president of the United States. Yes, it's the governor. And it is just, it is sending the left into a tizzy. It's making people crazy. You know, you go to Twitter and it says Death Santis and all. Every time I say that, Jake makes this face. I wish I had the camera so you could see the face that he makes. When you hear that, it's like, I'd say it's funny, but it's really not. It's sad.
Out of all 50 states,
yeah,
we're
doing
the coolest governor.
Yeah, we do have the coolest. We're doing pretty good.
Number one.
Number one. We all need foam fingers. Is what we need. I think every household should have a foam finger that should say, well, whatever you want on it. I like those. They're also good at washing cars, and it's also good at grabbing the handle of a really hot pan on your stove. That is not true. Do not try this at home. That is a really bad thing. Kids, a valuable lesson. Don't do drugs. Speaking of that, wait till you hear this story very serious coming up this morning. Do you have any idea how many drug overdose deaths there were in this country last year? Do you know the numbers? You're not going to believe the numbers you're going to hear this morning about drug overdose deaths and what's doing it and the reasons why this article in the AP, why people think it's happening. And I'll put it this way. Would you be shocked to find out that it's the policies of this administration that's doing it? It's shocking. All right. So that's coming up. All right. Let's get to our first story. I'm just looking at the time. And, congressional Democrats are going to attempt to stop Maricopa County and their audit. You know, it was interesting that not too long ago, you had Merrick Garland, who back in June made some pretty threatening remarks about election integrity and what audits can and can't do and how they're going to keep an eye on some of these audits, including Arizona. And
will apply the same scrutiny to post-election audits to ensure they abide by federal statutory requirements to protect election records and avoid the intimidation of voters. In that regard, we will publish guidance explaining the civil and criminal statutes that apply to post-election audits. And we will likewise publish guidance with respect to early voting and voting by mail.
Just wondering if you think the Attorney General of the United States, Merrick Garland, is a partisan. If you think that anything that he just said there or any actions that they would take would be partisan actions. I know I don't want to say that the administration or the Attorney General might be partisans. That would be almost like saying DHS secretary telling people who are trying to escape exile from a country that is a communist socialist dictatorship, the death and destruction that's been there for 62 years, and we don't want you here. That would be like, that would never happen, right? It's not like it's a
breaking news, a bombshell.
Oh, this just in. Yeah, that happened. Yeah, that's right. If you remember the audio from yesterday, DHS Secretary Mayorkas telling Cubans not to come to the United States. Don't come here. Southern border's cool. It's almost as if they don't want Cubans here because they typically are Republicans and they vote Republican. It's almost like a political thing. Yeah, so there are questions, and the House Oversight Committee Chairwoman Carolyn Maloney, Democrat of New York, demands production of documents from auditors and says that her committee is launching a formal investigation into the audit. Why are you so worried about the Maricopa County audit? What scares you so much? You would imagine that transparency would be the word of the day. As a matter of fact, you would imagine that if there was an audit that was happening that would show, I don't know, maybe there's some election integrity issues, number issues there in Arizona, maybe even Georgia and places like that, that the best thing you could do is put sunlight on the process. Because if you could expose that the process was somehow tainted by Republicans or GOP conservatives, that they would spin the numbers you would make quite the case. Because that's how you do it, right? You expose it to the sunlight. And so why are they trying to make it so that you don't get the chance to see it? And I think it was right, last night, even in Georgia. The Epoch Times talked about this. A group seeking to ensure that elections are run fairly said this week, this is Zachary Steiber at the Epoch Times, that an in-depth analysis of mail-in ballot images it obtained through a court order shows that the hand count audit in Fulton County, Georgia, now we're going from Arizona to Fulton County, last year was, quote, riddled with massive errors and provable fraud. In one example, the group said a batch of containing 59 ballot images for Biden and 42 for President Trump was reported as 100 for Biden and 0 for Trump. How do you do that? We believe there's massive audit errors, said the founder of the group. And that elected officials have known about the discrepancies for a long, long time, and he accused them of having covered it up, really. Even Tucker Carlson last night was looking at this and saying, enough is enough. If the evidence is there, we need to talk about this.
So here's what we know tonight, factually. At least 36 batches of mail-in ballots from the November election were double counted in Fulton County. That's a total of more than 4,000 votes. Those numbers come from a group called Voter GA, which along with Bob Cheeley sued to get them. The final tally from the double counts we know about amounts to more than 3,300 votes for Joe Biden and 865 votes for Donald Trump. Now, before you dismiss Bob Cheeley and Voter GA as dishonest partisan actors, keep in mind that the strongly left-of-center Atlanta Journal-Constitution appears to agree with this, at least in outline. The newspaper reviewed the available digital ballot images independently and concluded that hundreds of ballots were improperly duplicated. What does that look like exactly? Well, here's what it looks like. At a press conference yesterday, a consultant with Voter GA called David Cross showed how we can be certain that votes in Fulton County were counted more than once. Watch.
And then this is where they get into that process.
What I'm going to show you here is two ballots side by side. One of them is marked for Jason Shaw, and it's got a little squiggle mark next to it. You can see it's got the identical mark on the second one. And the ballot image is stored up here on the top left.
Wow. And if you look at it and you watch, and you maybe watched Tucker's program from last night, you can see how it is an exact duplicate. It's a photocopy. You know, the kind of things that people in rural America can't do. They can't photocopy. But in big cities, you can do that really well. So, yeah. And they're showing, as clear as day, that's a photocopy. And there's a lot of this. As the former president on July 14th said, the news coming out of Georgia is beyond incredible. The hand recount in Fulton County was a total fraud. They stuffed the ballot box and got caught. We'll lose our country if this is allowed to stand. That is fundamentally why you care. Why you can't move on. Why you can't say this was just, look, you lost. Let's get past this and start thinking about 22 and 24. I might make the case we can do both. We can walk and chew gum at the same time. Is there another expression that we can use instead of walk and chew gum at the same time? Because not a lot of people chew gum. What else could we do at the same time? We could. We should come up with something a little more creative in the future instead of walk and chew
Walk
gum.
and text at the same time?
Maybe I gotta work on that one. 239-479-5592. Maybe you guys can tell us what you think about that. Walk and text at the same time. We could walk and text at the same time. We could do both. We can concentrate on 22 and 24 on vetting candidates, knowing who they are. If people are admitting that they're liberal Democrats and they believe, for example, that critical race theory is how you're going to have a world-class education system. No. We push back against that. Sorry. For all the things that you may do on the side that would be a good, maybe as a school board member that you may see every once in a while, you get a nugget of truth in there. No, that fundamentally is a problem, and we need to move on from that. And other people that are in office, if you're in, like Collier County, and it seems like the same three people on the commission seem to make the same bad choices constantly over and over and over and over and over again. And I can even go on over and over again. Maybe it's time that we rethink some of the people that are on the commission and some of the things that they're saying and what they're saying behind the scenes in front of people's faces and then on the dais and what they actually do. Yeah, there's some stories about that too. But the fact of the matter is, just like the former president said, if we don't lock this down, we lose the country. We do. And it goes back to what we talked about before, that this is something you can't just let go of. This has to, I don't know, like what happens? What happens if we find out all of this fraud was taking place and Joe Biden really isn't the president of the United States? Like he really didn't win the election. I'm not sure where we go after that. But suffice to say that to dismiss all of this as if it's some kind of wild conspiracy theory, tinfoil hat, you Trumpers, people out there, you just got to stop. No, we need to know. 239-479-5592, right? Just like the Russian collusion hoax, you take it to its conclusion, you find out what happens at the end, the ugly, all the bad, all the ugly, all the disgusting, all the things that you don't want to know or didn't want to know, because you need to know the answers and you need to have the truth. All right, you see, we need to take a break. Boy, did I go long this morning. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Hey, Alexa, play 92.5 Fox News.
This Fox News Business Report is presented by Sargent's Integrated Pest Solutions Incorporated, providing organic and botanical pest control solutions since 2011.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Johnson & Johnson recalls most of its Neutrogena and Aveeno spray sunscreens after discovering the potentially cancer-causing chemical benzene in some samples. Facebook tries to win an antitrust case by getting the new head of the FTC, Lina Khan, recused from the case, arguing she could not be impartial because of her long history of criticizing big tech. General Motors is advising owners of previously recalled Chevy Bolt electric vehicles to park outdoors after 2 of the repaired Bolts caught fire. Dogecoin co-creator Jackson Palmer railing against cryptocurrencies, tweeting, "Crypto is a scam to help the rich get richer." And a mixed close on Wall Street after Fed Chairman Powell said rates will remain low. The Dow rose 44 points. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report, invested in you.
Leading members of Congress claim that America's military is under attack from the far left, and they say top generals are ignoring the threat. Now, Grant Stinchfield exposes the real dangers tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern on Newsmax. Millions are tuning into Newsmax and Stinchfield. Newsmax is on all major cable systems. If your cable operator doesn't carry it, call them. Tell them you want it, or you can switch. Plus, download the free Newsmax app on your phone and start watching now. Newsmax is real news. Watch today.
At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, I strive to offer the highest level of care for those suffering with back and neck problems. With unparalleled service and our award-winning non-surgical spinal decompression approach, thousands of people have chosen us to treat their back or neck problems. If you are seeking lasting relief that is proven effective without needles or surgery, then call today to see if you may be a candidate. This completely safe treatment can be effective for many conditions, including sciatica, ruptured or herniated discs, facet syndrome, compressed nerves, arthritis, and spinal stenosis. Additionally, people who had failed back surgery in the past often find incredible relief from spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care, all our treatments are drug-free and non-surgical. We use new and comprehensive approaches that provide lasting relief. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Manufactured in the USA, Plantation Shutters for You is the best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed just for you. Built to last forever. They will not be undersold. Start with a free consultation. PlantationShuttersForYou.com. And God bless everyone.
Sales desk, Marty speaking.
Hey, you got your shades on, Marty?
Shades on? What? For what?
Well, the huge savings at Victory Lane are sensational.
That's cute.
They got new Chevy Silverados with thousands off.
Yeah, look, I can do 1,000 off too, my friend.
I said thousands, plural with an S, Marty.
I know how to spell, all right?
What can you spell? Fowler and Winkler?
What's Fowler and Winkler got to do with it?
That's where Chevys cost less and people get sensational savings.
Oh, boy.
With no high-pressure sales tactics.
High pressure. Listen, I don't have to take all this from you.
Oh, I see you can dish it out, but you can't take it. Summer's here and the savings are sensational at Victory Lane Chevrolet. New 2021 Silverado 1500s, thousands off MSRP. Or choose 0% for 72 months on select new Chevy models. And you won't get burned with our gold 100% credit approval. Don't miss sensational savings at Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads online, victorylanechevrolet.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined. Dealer retains all rebates. Expires 7/31/21.
When was the last time you checked in on your insurance? Give CIG a chance to review your current coverage and find you better rates. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. My team and I are dedicated to finding you the best suited coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Qualified agents are standing by. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda, CIGFlorida.com.
Jason and Todd believe in value. They're direct diamond importers and hand select each diamond directly from the cutters. By cutting out the middlemen, the Diamond District offers the best quality diamonds at the lowest prices, and they pass that savings on to you.
At the Diamond District.
It's Kaylee Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. I may only be a kid, but I'm smart enough to know not to fall for those cheap clean and check offers. I know you can't get a real AC mechanic for $30. Don't fall for the bait and switch ads. Your air conditioner would tell you to only use Nate certified mechanics for service, like my dad at Kobe Cooling, real service and real mechanics, not flake clean and tune salesmen. Call Kobe Cooling at 239-482-1542. Again, at 239-482-1542. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense, no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CAC 057313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. If you're heading out right now through Glades County, we have a major crash blocking all lanes in both directions of State Road 29, just north of West State Road 78. So watch out for some major activity and roadblock out there north of the Glades-Hendry County line. That's, again, north of the center of LaBelle as well. You're going to be detoured in that area around those closures. Looking good along I-75 if you're getting ready to take the interstate throughout Lee, Collier, or Charlotte County. Not seeing any slowdowns and no overnight construction lingering for the morning commute right now. The only crash we're watching in Lee County is over at 6 Mile Cypress Parkway, just north of Penzance Boulevard near Key Deer Court, where a vehicle went off the side of the road into a ditch, not blocking anything, and it looks like Lee County Sheriff's deputies should be getting that scene wrapped up. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Thursday, Southwest Florida. After a wet start this week, look for a slightly drier day today. However, we still will be looking at some storms, though they will be more hit or miss and isolated in nature. Temperatures pushing to 93 degrees for this afternoon. Moisture increases with storm chances on the rise as we head into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Spotty storms expected for tomorrow afternoon on your Friday with a high of 92 degrees, with storms becoming more scattered and a little bit more widespread in nature. Saturday, Sunday with highs remaining near 92 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Drive the lefties at work crazy with the facts. Get up to speed. Mornings with Drew Steve.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
NCH Heart Institute is home to the most experienced and most dedicated team of physicians and nurses in Southwest Florida. Over the past 30 years, NCH Heart Institute has mastered the quality, the care, and the holistic patient experience that can only be found within a nationally ranked heart institute. Caring for a patient, mind, heart, and body. That's the cornerstone of our critical care team, which ranks in the top 2% of all hospitals in America. NCH Heart Institute, at the heart of what matters most.
After a car accident, you can feel like you've lost control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Our team can help you understand your legal options after an accident. We will file your claim and fight for the full compensation you deserve. If you've been involved in a car accident, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
Certified pre-owned vehicles are at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. They're just like new, but cost thousands less. And Thursday through Sunday only, we're selling them at once-in-a-lifetime bargain prices. It's the Certified Summer Closeout event at Sutherland. Certified Rogue $15,788. Certified Ultima $12,988. Both with a 100,000-mile warranty. Shop our biggest and best certified inventory we've ever had. All of them look, feel, and drive new. Even you won't be able to tell the difference, but your wallet will. Save thousands now on all our certified vehicle selection. Rogue $15,788. Ultima $12,988. Plus get a 100,000-mile warranty. Hurry before you miss out. Get to Florida's #1 Nissan dealer by Sunday. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. Your used car megastore. Online at flnissan.com. Encore.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
Encore Luxury Cabinets and Design staff have been designing award-winning kitchens and baths for nearly 50 years. Now Encore is proud to offer Foster Appliances, a sophisticated line of chef-grade handmade Italian products just perfect for the home chef and all of us. Encore Luxury Cabinets and Design is proud to be a select area dealer for these hand-built appliances that are in many ways superior to other brand-name high-end cooking appliances. Since 1975, Foster has created top-of-the-line cooktops, ovens, ranges, hoods, sinks, and faucets for residential and commercial use. Their attention to detail and unique accessories enhance the cooking experience, making them a preferred supplier to luxury resorts such as the Ritz-Carlton. Call Encore at 239-331-5287 to schedule a demonstration of their expanded Naples showroom, or visit EncoreCabinetDesign.com for inspirational cabinet designs and appliances for your new home or remodeling project.
We believe in better. A better way to invest, a better way to serve you, and a better result. We can help you determine how much risk you're taking, red flags that could be potential problems for you, how much you're paying in fees or commissions, potential tax liability, or even how to address Social Security.
Tune in to WealthWorks Radio with Eric Carney every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
At Naples Nissan, when we say we'll do whatever it takes, that's exactly what we mean. Hey, Southwest Florida, Aaron Walker here. Nissan has given us another big number to hit, and we're going to do whatever it takes to make it happen. Need a loan, but have bad credit? We'll do whatever it takes to get you that loan. Just tell us how much you want for your trade-in. We'll do whatever it takes to get it for you. Would you like to go payment-free until 2022? You got it. Would you like 0% financing for up to 5 years? No problem. Or maybe you'd like $5,000 cash in your hand. Hey, we'll make it happen. We've got over 400 new cars on our lot. Pick out your favorite at NaplesNissan.com, then come see us on Pine Ridge Road, exit 107 off I-75, and let us do whatever it takes so that you can drive it home today. All offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Psst. I'm about to say a dirty word. A really dirty word. Cover your kids' ears. Ready? Plumber. Hi, I'm Rob Hill of Bob Hill Plumbing. I'm not sure why plumber is a dirty word. I like to think of myself as a respectful, clean, and honest plumber. In fact, I'm proud to say that Bob Hill Plumbing is one of the oldest businesses in Naples. My dad founded Bob Hill Plumbing in 1952. I instilled the same tradition and values as he had back in the 50s. I dare you to find that in the chuck in a truck world. Everyone has an AC guy or an electrical guy, but a plumber? If you need plumbing services, I invite you to call me today, and I'll prove to you that we've cleaned up the word plumber. See, even the radio guy stopped beeping me out. Bob Hill Plumbing. Let me be your plumbing guy.
To schedule service, call Bob Hill Plumbing at 262-6119 or go to bobhillplumbing.com.
Hannity at 3 and Drive Home with Trey Radel at 5. Now, back to Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching. Coming up, scheduled. Hopefully this will work out. Trish Regan will be joining us at 7:05 this morning. We're going to talk about these inflation numbers and $3.5 trillion in spending, and we're going to get to all the numbers, kind of dig in. Trish Regan, TrishIntel.com is her website if you want to check out some of the business news of the day and more. TrishIntel.com. So that will be coming up. Also, Randy Weingarten from the American Federation of Teachers has something to say about Ron DeSantis and the campaign gear that's out there. Don't Fauci my Florida. What would she have to say about it? And does anybody care? And if a American Federation of Teachers president says something in the woods, does anybody hear it? I'm not really sure what that means. So we'll get to that. 239-479-5592. And oh, ladies and gentlemen, wait a minute. We have an update from Bushwood. Here's Carl from Bushwood joining us this morning.
Morning there, Drew. You know, this morning I'm walking across a putting green, and I had to stop and sit down on that bench because I wanted to enjoy a nice piece of bubble gum. and it's tough walking and chewing gum at the same time.
Yeah, we brought that up earlier, walking and chewing gum at the same time. Maybe we need a new phrase, a new expression.
How's this one? How's this one? How about singing and swinging, baby?
We can sing and swing.
La, la, la. There you go.
A lot of people swing on the courses these days?
Yeah, and they're singing as well, just like myself last week, I was a little confused. I thought I was watching the Weather Channel. Turns out it was Disney Prime. They said Elsa was coming, and all I wanted to do was build a snowman,
Exactly, right.
But we got a happy, it's British Open there, Drew, British Open.
Yeah.
The purists want to call it the Open, but last time I checked, they don't play it in Jamaica,
And what should we look for this year in the British? Yeah.
Well, it's on kind of an obscure course this year. It's Royal St. George and Georgie Porgy Pudding Pie. Mickelson hit a Callaway and he made it cry. So course is a little soft right now. A little rain, but it's going to dry out. It's kind of like playing pool in a bar. It's a little rusty there, but you get a nice bell to the ball roll on out.
Is it true that at the British Open the balls have less dimples on them? Is that true?
Well, no, that was back in the day. Very astute there, young fella. Over in Britain, they used to actually play with the small ball. They call it the small ball. It was actually a little bit smaller than the American ball, but now everybody's all on the same page. We're all doing the same audits, the same scorecards all together.
Right. Okay. Is that what we're doing? Are we going to start auditing scorecards too, just to double check?
Well, it's funny you say that. That's a little Roberto Di Vincenza. He actually lost the Masters a long time ago because he signed the wrong scorecard. He put the wrong number down on a thing, and they took it away from him. Yep. But they don't do that anymore. We don't audit that like that. We trust them.
Very good. All right. Trust is what it's all about. All right, Carl from Bushwood, leave us with a little tip for the greens there. What do we got?
Well, if you get up early enough and you see which way the sun's rising down here in Southwest Florida, that's the way the grain goes. You got to follow the sun. It goes to the east in the morning and the west in the afternoon. So make sure your cocktail is nice and loose so you can follow it all day.
All right. Carl from Bushwood, everybody.
Keep it in short grass.
We keep it in the short grass. I'm not really sure he is. 239-479-5592. All right. Very nice. So, the left flips out about anything that Republicans do, conservatives do. It's natural. It's reflexive. It's just what ends up happening because remember the left in this country, the Democrats, what they do is reflexive. Everything is emotions. It's not about data. It's not about science. It's not about anything else. It's all about the emotion of the moment. And so when word got out that apparently, the DeSantis campaign is selling "Don't Fauci My Florida" merchandise. There it is: hats and T-shirts and coolie cups and I don't know what else you'd put out there. So people don't like that. Some of the people, and especially Randy Weingarten, who is the president of the American Federation of Teachers. If you don't know a lot about Randy Weingarten, you remember that she's the one who's going to fight tooth and nail, which is a weird thing. That is pretty disgusting when you actually think about it, fighting tooth and nail, right? You ever think about that, Jake? Fighting tooth and nail. It'd be awful to fight somebody and then lose a tooth and your nails. That's but sometimes you got to do it.
I guess so.
The higher crust, the people that are better than you, you with the unwashed, that do this and they talk about it. And right, they're going to fight it tooth and nail. They're going to make sure that every kid is taught critical race theory in schools. Not if we have anything to do about it. Oh, and there's going to be some news on that too. Yeah, because we're fighting back. You better believe it. Offense, not defense, offense. That's what we do here. So we'll have some of that information coming up. But she had something to say. She's offended, of course. And what did she say? Disgusting. Millions of Floridians are going to die for Ron DeSantis' ignorance, and he's choosing to profit from it. He doesn't care about Floridians. He cares about furthering his own cruel agenda. His cruel agenda is obviously everything that we all know. He's sitting there in Tallahassee. He's wringing his hands together saying, who else could I? Yeah, I'm just not going to do that. And people had some pushback. Christina Pushaw, DeSantis' press secretary, is like, Is Randy Weingarten's ridiculous claim that selling a koozie is going to lead to millions of Floridians dying as an example of critical math theory? Critical math theory. Very, very nice. Good job, Christina. And the New York Post took the time to detail some of the controversies involved with Weingarten, the debunked conspiracy theories throughout the pandemic. She's had a lot to say about what our kids should and shouldn't be doing. Masks and continuing to have masks on our children might be something that's questionable. Last September, schools across the country were trying to open. Weingarten could be counted on to oppose any such move. She said, if community spread is too high, if you don't have the infrastructure of testing, and if you don't have the safeguards that prevent the spread of viruses in the school, we believe that you cannot reopen in person. In February, when the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention was finally going to issue guidance urging full reopening of in-person schooling, the AFT successfully lobbied for language that kept schools closed. Yeah. The next month, when the CDC finally did the same thing and changed its social distancing guidelines for schools to 3 feet from 6 feet, Weingarten wrote a letter questioning the change and demanding yet more safety concessions. There's a lot to say about what's been happening with the vid. But one thing is for certain. There are people who just absolutely refuse to follow the data and the science. There are plenty of places that you can go. Twitter is one place that you absolutely could go and get tons of information, data and science and numbers, actual numbers from across the globe. People who are actually looking into this and saying, well, hold on a second. A lot of evidence here. Jennifer Cabrera, our good friend from the Alachua Chronicle, rationalground.com. If you go to rationalground.com, you'll see all of this right in front of you, all these numbers, statistics, the things that we're supposed to be following that really do question a lot of not only the efficacy of what has been happening lately across the globe with the vaccine. It's okay to just look at the numbers and question some of the things that we'd like to have answers to the questions about the vid itself. But ultimately, it's always been 15 days to stop the 30-day spread to make sure hospitals aren't overwhelmed, right? That's always what it's been since day one until it was something completely different. And many people have questioned what that something different ended up being. But that's still where we should be, right? When we hear all of this about the Delta variant, when we hear about the numbers starting to creep up, when we hear about the doubling of numbers in cases in the past weeks and months, we should actually see what those doubling of numbers look like. We should know how many of those people have been hospitalized. And we should know how many deaths are happening and occurring in the age groups. We should be able to look at everything and say, are we still in a place where we're talking about something that is 99.4% survivable? Are we in a place where we have given up on the orange man bad? If he says something, we do the exact opposite. We are not going to talk about ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine and any other therapies now that the orange man is gone, is not the president of the United States for the moment. Anyway, so that he is gone, that now we can start to talk about therapies. Why don't we talk more about that? Why are we not focused more on those therapies that work, that studies would show work? I'm just asking questions because we're allowed to do this. And again, if we don't have and we've lost faith in our institutions and we've lost faith in individuals who have been telling us for the longest time that that's the person, that's the place you look at. That's where you go when you want to get the truth and the facts because it's all about the science and data and there's no politics involved until you find out there's politics involved. That continues to happen and that erodes, then there'll always be questions. There should be anyway. But that's not going to stop. All right, 239-479-5592. 7:05, I believe, will hopefully, fingers crossed, Trish Regan. I just hate to get her up early, but we'll see. Hopefully we'll have her on to join us and talk about the economy, jobs, the inflation, all of the numbers, the latest there. Plus, the former Obama administration Health and Human Services Secretary, Kathleen Sebelius, said something very interesting might be the word. I'm not sure if we want to go with interesting, but Did she say something to the effect of, if you're not vaccinated, you shouldn't have access to your kids? Well, I'll play the audio and you tell me. All right, that's coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along. DrewSteele.com, the website, if you want to watch. We appreciate you going to the website, and we appreciate Therese O'Shea. She's got your traffic.
Good morning. Tracking a crash right now on Buckingham Road at Alaska Avenue, just off of Alvin and Buckingham, and there is complete roadblock right now on Alaska Avenue, just south of the intersection. Injuries also reported in that crash scene, so expect to see some delays out there. We also have a crash we're watching at State Road 29, just north of State Road 78 out in Glades County. And if you are heading that way right now, there's complete roadblock at the intersection because of that crash. You'll be detoured around it. Looking good along I-75. No major slowdowns on 41 as well. And if you're heading out through Collier and Charlotte counties, both crash-free right now. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
We'll look for a slightly lower chance for storms today. Isolated storms still possible towards the afternoon with a high of 93 degrees. We'll start to see those storm chances increasing as we head into the upcoming weekend. A high of 92 for Friday and 92 for Saturday with scattered storms returning. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Manufactured in the USA, Plantation Shutters for You is the best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed just for you. Built to last forever. They will not be undersold. Start with a free consultation. PlantationShuttersForYou.com. And God bless everyone.
True relief for back and neck pain.
Back or neck pain is not just unpleasant, it can be debilitating, preventing you from performing your daily routine and even confining you to bed. In decades past, patients suffering from spinal issues were often just given pain medication, spinal injections, and when they did not heal, often underwent spinal surgery. Luckily, there is now another option, non-surgical spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we use an advanced technology to apply a completely safe unloading force to relieve nerve compression associated with bulging herniated discs, sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, neuropathy. This award-winning approach, safe for any age, has gained international praise from physicians for its success. Complete pain relief is achievable. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
I've been asked, did you plan on becoming the largest injury law firm in the world? And the answer is no. We set out to be focused on our clients and to have a commitment to trying cases and winning. And when you have those results at trial, you're able to settle most of your cases quickly and fairly. Hard work and client satisfaction was our plan. It worked. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The top 3 reasons why you should have quartz countertops from Rock Solid.
1.
Quartz countertops are truly elegant, practical, durable, and with Rock Solid's unbelievable price and selection makes for the best overall value.
2.
Quartz countertops from Rock Solid will never stain, are maintenance-free, and carry a lifetime warranty.
3.
Here's Natalie from Naples.
Every time I look at my quartz countertops from Rock Solid, it makes my heart smile.
Rock Solid. We don't stop at just countertops.
Just your smile.
Dr. Svetlana Kogan here, a board-certified internal medicine concierge physician on 5th Avenue South in Naples. Many of you wonder what holistic practice is. Well, good health is like a puzzle. It depends on how you perceive yourself, your environment, what you eat, your relationships, and lifestyle. It takes time and skill for the doctor to put these pieces of the puzzle together for you and come up with solutions customized to your specific needs. Holistic doctors believe that less medication is better and use preventive approach to keep you out of harm's way. This is also a concierge practice. Every patient gets my email and cell phone for emergencies and can be seen the same day if necessary. You are seen by me personally, and we take all the time that you need. You can visit my website, customlongevity.com. That's customlongevity.com to learn about how I, Dr. Svetlana Kogan, can help you feel healthy and balanced again.
License number CCC 1333045.
Storm safety starts at the top. When the wind and rain come, count on Crown Residential Services to make certain your roof is storm ready. After all, it should never rain inside your house. Crown offers repairs, replacement, free estimates, and the Crown Guard maintenance program, so you can be prepared and stay prepared. Is your roof ready? Not sure? Count on Crown. Call 855-CROWN-55. That's 855-CROWN-55. Make sure your biggest investment is absolutely protected. Call 855-CROWN-55.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
McDonald's franchisees are reportedly planning to offer employees emergency child care in an effort to bring in new workers. It's called the Ball Pit. All right, I'll see you in a few hours. Hey, if there's fries down there, don't you eat them.
Sorry, that's just funny because I wonder how many times that happens. I never did put my son in the ball pit. Did you ever go in the ball pit? I'm not as Jake, not as an adult. I'm talking about, like, do you remember as a kid being put in the ball pit?
Yeah, I remember my mom tells a story about how I wouldn't come down one time. And I just sat up there and laughed at her.
Listen, that's just part of Americana. That's everybody's story. That's one of the biggest problems. When you put the child in the ball pit, you can't get them out. Not because they disappear, but because they're not going to leave. And then you're the parent with the child that's screaming, and kicking and screaming because they don't want to leave. And you feel like you're alone on an island, like you're the only parent, when in actuality, everybody goes through this. Pretty much. Although the eating the French fry at the bottom, yeah, that's I can't even imagine what. Well, are the ball pits even open? They're not. No way.
Pretty sure that's not a thing.
Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe they just make it pools, make the ball pits into actual swimming pools. That'd be kind of fun. Why not go into the fast food places and you can go swimming? Lots of chlorine in there. You don't have to worry about the. All right. Speaking of McDonald's and incentive to get people to work, Trish Regan coming up, TrishIntel.com. In just a few minutes, we'll talk about the latest on inflation and its $3.5 trillion plan. How are you going to pay for this? Oh, Bernie Sanders has an idea. And if Bernie Sanders has an idea of how you're going to pay for it,
this is what you do.
It is pretty much going to be doo-doo. So we'll get to that and other numbers. Which, by the way, I want to see if I got to ask her about this. 1.8 million Americans have turned down jobs. Axios has the story. Would you like to know why? You want to take a guess as to why they're doing? Now the numbers are out there, and people are actually going, "Oh, wait a minute, is this true?" It's for the reasons you know why. If you listen to this show, you know why. Yeah.
This is Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
Being involved in a legal dispute can leave you feeling like you've lost control. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Understanding the law and the rules of evidence can mean the difference between winning or losing your case. If you are involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
Hey, this is Papa with Casey, Carrie, and Cody. And as most of you know, when Irma hit in September of 2017, thousands of people tried unsuccessfully to call a roofing company. But all the roofers were so overwhelmed they could not handle or even answer those calls. Now here we are, 4 years later, and many of those same people are still waiting to have their roofs repaired. So we are implementing our proactive list. If you want to be on our list, call me for our free tolerance inspection. Once we inspect your roof, you will be on the proactive list. If or when the next storm hits, you will have no need to call any roofer because we will be calling you automatically to see if you need help. We can offer emergency repairs and tarp service or whatever your roof requires. Call Papa now for our free tolerance inspection, 945-2700. We believe it's wise to be proactive and it costs you nothing to join our list. Call Papa for our free tolerance inspection at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700. License number CCC 1326213.
Hurricane season is here,
and there's a lot we need to do to prepare our homes. It's important not to forget about electrical safety. From generators to surge protectors, Mr. Sparky is here for you before, during, and after the storm to provide the best in electrical care. Give us a call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Independently owned and operated. Licensed in their respective state or county.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
Check your bank account. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. You might have just gotten another payment from the IRS. This time it's for parents, the expanded child tax credit that was in the COVID relief bill this year. Fox's Rachel Sutherland has more live.
Dave, money is rolling out to families today. $3,600 per child under 6 and $3,000 for kids up to 17. Checks will be hitting bank accounts starting today and arriving in the middle of the month through December. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki says the money will help people who need it most.
We have seen projections that the child tax credit, the implementation or the extension of child tax credit could cut child poverty in half.
Republicans have raised concerns about the loss of tax dollars and the possibility of improper payments. Dave?
Rachel, President Biden went to the Senate where Democrats are planning $3.5 trillion in spending for child and health care, education, and more. They want to pass it in tandem with the bipartisan infrastructure bill. Republican Senator James Lankford tells Fox.
We're looking at the infrastructure proposal that is normal for government to do, to say we got to do roads and bridges, but we also have to pay attention to this giant move towards socialism right next to it.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is also working to end the federal ban on marijuana and expunge the records of nonviolent pot convictions.
At long last, we are taking steps in the Senate to right the wrongs of the failed war on drugs.
Schumer says the federal government should catch up to 18 states that have legalized marijuana. Sufficient support, however, still appears unlikely anytime soon in Congress, and the White House has not endorsed the draft legislation.
Fox's Jared Halpern. 3 weeks after the condo collapse in Surfside, Florida, 911 calls are out.
Half the building's gone. Okay, are you able to get out through the staircase? No, the staircase is closed.
97 people have been found dead in the rubble, another 8 still unaccounted for. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Tracking a crash right now on Buckingham Road at Alaska Avenue, just off of Alvin and Buckingham, and there is complete roadblock right now on Alaska Avenue, just south of the intersection. Injuries also reported in that crash scene, so expect to see some delays out there. We also have a crash we're watching at State Road 29, just north of State Road 78 out in Glades County. And if you are heading that way right now, there's complete roadblock at the intersection because of that crash. You'll be detoured around it. Looking good along I-75. No major slowdowns on 41 as well. And if you're heading out through Collier and Charlotte counties, both crash-free right now. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Thursday, Southwest Florida. After a wet start this week, look for a slightly drier day today. However, we still will be looking at some storms, so they will be more hit or miss and isolated in nature. Temperatures pushing to 93 degrees for this afternoon. Moisture increases with storm chances on the rise as we head into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Spotty storms expected for tomorrow afternoon on your Friday with a high of 92 degrees, with storms becoming more scattered and a little bit more widespread in nature. Saturday, Sunday with highs remaining near 92 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Get more than what the internet tells you. Get up to speed on The Drive with Trey Radel. Weekdays 5 to 7. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We want your car, truck, van, or SUV today. We are paying top dollar for clean vehicles. Before you sell or trade, call Lee Auto Group to get the most money for your car. Lee Auto Group, lee-cars.com. Don't forget the dash.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
NCH Heart Institute is home to the most experienced and most dedicated team of physicians and nurses in Southwest Florida. Over the past 30 years, NCH Heart Institute has mastered the quality, the care, and the holistic patient experience that can only be found within a nationally ranked heart institute. Caring for patient, mind, heart, and body. That's the cornerstone of our critical care team, which ranks in the top 2% of all hospitals in America.
NCH Heart Institute, at the heart of what matters most.
Rockstar Harley has secured 0% APR financing on all new Harley-Davidsons this week. Rockstar Harley has over 300 Harleys on site ready for immediate delivery. Finance experts on site to help get you approved. 0% APR on all new Harleys this week at Rockstar Harley. On approved credit ends someday.
It's a new day, and it's coming at you fast. It could be the day your workforce doubles, or the day your visitors quadruple. With Comcast Business, you'll have what you need to take on every twist and turn. Like the flexibility to control multiple Wi-Fi networks from anywhere, and the power of the nation's largest gig speed network, the one that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a great offer for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Want even more speed? Ask how to get up to 10 gigs for your small business. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to find out more. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 35 megabits per second internet and one voice line. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Compares Comcast Business 10 gig EDI with AT&T 1 gig.
Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano. ldtlaw.com.
Jason and Todd believe in value. They're direct diamond importers and hand select each diamond directly from the cutters. By cutting out the middlemen, the Diamond District offers the best quality diamonds at the lowest prices, and they pass that savings on to you.
At the Diamond District.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. We do appreciate you watching the program. It is mobile friendly. It is smart device friendly. It's just a basic website. You can use it just like an app. It's pretty cool. So we appreciate you watching. Trish Regan just was informed a little earlier, just after the break, that it's 7:30, not 7, that she will be on with us. So, all right, so 7:35 is when Trish Regan will join us. TrishIntel.com. We'll talk a little bit more about what's happening with inflation and the economy and some of the numbers, $3.5 trillion to be exact. And hey, how are we going to pay for all that? Bernie Sanders has a great idea. We're just going to tax everybody. That's what it'll be, just the rich. We're just going to tax the rich, and that's all we'll do. Nobody else will feel the thing. That's not a bad Bernie impersonation I just pulled out of the air, is it? I got to work on that one. I got to work on a Joe Biden impersonation. Wonder if I can do that. Come on, man. That was pretty good, too. All right, so that is coming up. Hey, according to Axios, just to let you know, not a big deal, nothing to see here. It's not the administration's policies that have to do with people not working. 1.8 million Americans have turned down jobs due to unemployment benefits. There's the reason right there. Axios talked about it. About 1.8 million out-of-work Americans have turned down jobs because of the generosity of unemployment insurance benefits, according to Morning Consult. U.S. businesses have been wrestling with labor supply shortages as folks capable of working have opted not to work for a variety of reasons. And what is one of the more politically controversial reasons, this is Axios, has been the availability of unemployment insurance benefits, in particular emergency provisions that were introduced because of the vid. Yeah, indeed, 26 states opted out, and they're saying, yeah, I receive enough money from unemployment insurance without having to work. That's why they're not going. Don't tell us that's not what's happening. It's this administration's policies that are doing this. And this has to be part of why the inflation is not transitory. It's not going to just go away. If you keep doing this, it's not going anywhere. Isn't that part of it? I guess we'll talk to Trish about that. But isn't that part of the idea that if people aren't working, if they're not going, but the demand is there, that's part of the issues of inflation. So we'll get to that coming up. And, you know, on a semi-related note to this, remember what we just talked about. Axios in this story. 1.8 million Americans have turned down jobs due to unemployment benefits. I receive enough money. This is the question that was asked, or the answer that was given. Excuse me. I receive enough money from unemployment insurance without having to work. Keep that in mind, because this story is unbelievable in what the AP is saying is the reason why we are hearing about U.S. overdose deaths hit a record. What kind of numbers are we talking about? And in relation to numbers that we can look at in the past, not only what they were before, but the policies and the things that we did and how many changes we made to ensure that we could do something to stop some of these epidemics of drug overdose and usage, heroin, and crack. We're going to get into that in just a second, because wait till you hear this. And remember something. This has also been discussed on many levels. You talk about, for example, where a lot of these drugs are coming across the border. The issues of fentanyl, right? It was not too long ago when Governor Greg Abbott was talking about the fentanyl that was moving across the border. He was on, I believe, with Hannity on Fox News when he said,
we had over an 800 or almost 800% increase April over April about the amount of fentanyl that has been apprehended by the Texas Department of Public Safety. We have obtained enough fentanyl coming across the border to kill every single person in the state of New York.
800% increase. This is talking about fentanyl. We understand what's happening along our southern border. Another one of those reasons why we have to secure the border. It's not just what Ted Cruz was talking about yesterday, the issues along the border.
The Biden border crisis is getting worse and worse every day. We are on pace for over 2 million people to cross illegally into this country. We have the highest level of illegal immigration in over 20 years. Last year, we had the lowest rate of illegal immigration in 45 years. How did we go from incredible success to incredible failure? Joe Biden and Kamala Harris screwed this up.
Please don't tell us that this isn't something that is coming and happening because of the administration and their policies. You can't spin this any longer. If you're Democrats, you can't do it. We know what's happening. Now, let me get back to the story. Governor Greg Abbott talking about the 800% increase of fentanyl across the border. Our friend Gordon Chang, who has been on this program many times, talks about how China has been exporting fentanyl. And some might say even how they use this as a tactic against us to have us internally destroy ourselves by making that available. I want you to listen to this story. Overdose deaths soared to a record 93,000 last year in the midst of the COVID pandemic. 93,000 people died of drug overdose. The estimate far eclipses the high of about 72,000 overdose reaches in the previous year. A staggering amount of loss of human life, it's been described as. Yes, it is. It is shocking how many people have died due to drug overdoses. Now, the story goes on. They talk about fentanyl, but this is the AP that's talking about this. You remember when prescription painkillers once drove the nation's overdose epidemic. Think about it. You remember how it wasn't too long ago that it was the talk of prescription painkillers. We've got to do something about this. It's a big pharma. It's blaming everybody. All the scripts that are being written. So we have to do something about this. This is an epidemic. We have to stop this. Now all of a sudden it gets supplanted by heroin and then by fentanyl, a powerful opioid. What's really driving the surge in overdoses is this increasingly poisoned drug supply. They talk about the numbers when you go back in time. And you remember all of these battles, right? That were taking place. And historically, they talked about it, the AP. According to the CDC, in the 70s, everybody was talking about heroin, the heroin epidemic that was raging. If you grew up in the 70s, you remember all about this. Everybody was talking about heroin overdose. 7,200 people in total in the United States died in the 70s when there was a heroin epidemic. It was raging in U.S. cities. There were about 9,000 in 1988, around the height of the crack epidemic. So in the 80s, it flipped from heroin to crack. Everybody was talking about, do you remember that in the 90s? Everybody was talking about crack. That's all. Every news story was talking about crack cocaine, right? Everybody was talking about it. Who were the people that were using it? What we were going to do about it? Policies that were made. When you talk about crime and you talk about the penalties that went along with this, it's all anybody was talking about in 1988. About 9,000 people died at the height of that epidemic. Those numbers have completely flipped now. So you're talking about going from 7,000 to 10 times as many. 9,000 in 1988 to 10 times the amount of people dying. Fentanyl is something that has been in the supply. When you're talking about heroin, you're talking about cocaine, you're talking about methamphetamine, that all of this is contaminated. The heroin is contaminated. Cocaine is contaminated. Methamphetamine is contaminated. All of the increase in fentanyl contamination it's all about fentanyl contamination in all of these drugs. But as you hear all about this, 93,000, 10 times the amount that were dying in the 80s due to this crack cocaine epidemic that was happening at the time. That's how few compared to how many there are now, 10 times the amount. So what am I getting at? I think that the shocking thing about this story, and again, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reviewed death certificates to come up with the estimate for 2020. Drug overdose deaths, the estimate of over 93,000 translates to an average of more than 250 deaths each day, 11 every hour. The fentanyl that everybody is talking about, the 800% increase along our southern border that's coming into this country. How China is exporting fentanyl to this country. And then the AP says something that is shocking. Why do you think this is happening? How is this this staggering loss of human life? Why? Do they have an idea as to why? Well, certainly it's the use, but it has to be this uptick in use, right? It's got to be something else. So what's driving this surge in overdose? Well, get this. According to the AP, nearly all of this increase, this fentanyl contamination, the use of cocaine, heroin, and methamphetamine, we're being told now, the increased deaths most likely were people who have already been struggling with addiction, but some have told their research teams that suspensions of evictions and extended unemployment benefits left them with more money than usual. Like they said, when I have money, I stock up on my drug supply. Can you stop and hear what they're saying? According to the evidence that is out there in the story in the AP about the 93,000 people who have died due to these in 2020 due to drug overdose, where you may say that it's because of, and you fill in the blank, and you're trying to figure out what this is all about. The AP is saying that Their research, this team of at Syracuse University who researches geographic patterns and overdoses, said that the reason why and what people are saying is that because of the lack of evictions and extended unemployment, in other words, the fact that the government is giving you more money to stay home than to go to work, what are they doing? They're sitting around at home and they're saying, I've got nothing else to do. What else is there to do? Well, we got some extra money. We don't have to leave the house. They're stocking up on the drug supply. This is shocking. This is absolutely shocking. To take a second and think that this is what they're saying. They're not getting evicted. They don't have to worry about paying. They're not going anywhere. And the extended unemployment benefits, leaving them with more money than they usually have. So what are they doing with it? It's absolutely shocking. It's horrific. 239-479-5592. When I read that, I couldn't believe it. Could not believe it. All right, let's take a break. And when we come back, we'll get to this story. Unvaccinated Americans, you shouldn't be allowed to work or maybe have access to your kids. Who would say something like that? You might be surprised to find out. We have that and also Trish Regan at the bottom of the hour. And we'll get the numbers in her eyes of the inflation numbers, where we're going with inflation. Is it transitory? Is it something that's going to flatten out? Who do we believe? We'll have that conversation coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along with traffic, here's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. We have eastbound roadblock right now in Lehigh Acres along State Road 82 at Sunshine Boulevard because of a crash scene. Also watching a crash on Buckingham Road at Alaska Avenue with injuries and roadblock and tracking delays on Buckingham Road because of that crash. Heading just off 75 to the east on Palm Beach Boulevard. There's a crash right at Louise Street. Seeing major slowdowns westbound on Palm Beach Boulevard going past that crash scene. And if you're heading out through Glades County, we have a crash on State Road 29. Blocking the road in both directions just north of State Road 78 because of an early morning accident out there, so avoid that area. Traffic is being detoured around that scene. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
We'll look for a slightly lower chance for storms today. Isolated storms still possible towards the afternoon with a high of 93 degrees. We'll start to see those storm chances increasing as we head into the upcoming weekend. A high of 92 for Friday and 92 for Saturday with scattered storms returning. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Drew Steele in the morning and Trey Radel in the afternoon. 2 doses of what cures liberalism. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Let's talk about where you walk. Trey Radel here for Britt's Carpet Outlet. What you walk on in your own home is entirely up to you. It should look good, of course, but it should work for the makeup and size of your family, whether your kids, quite frankly, have 2 legs or 4. One of the most versatile floors that you can buy is called the Luxury Structured Vinyl Plank. It's from Britt's, and with hundreds of colors and styles, it can match any decor and is completely kid-proof, which is kind of important for us. Plus, it's waterproof and pet-proof. Easy to install yourself, or you can always count on Britt's professional installers. Now, if you prefer carpet, they just received a truckload of carpet. So it is in stock and ready for quick installation at prices that simply cannot be beat even by the big box stores. So to show their appreciation, now through July 17th, Britt's Carpet will be giving 15% off of all regular priced carpet and flooring to all active and retired military and law enforcement. Shop Britt's in Fort Myers and Cape Coral, and be sure to tell them that Trey Radel sent you.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at GoodDealsAppliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Retire with Grace with Bob Grace, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon to get the answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retire with Grace, a Tri-Found company, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Mason Classical Academy is excited to announce the recent purchase of the Hodges University building for their new high school campus. Conveniently located off I-75 and Immokalee Road, this state-of-the-art campus will set the stage to prepare high schoolers for college by delivering a high-quality classical education. Mason Classical Academy's established proven track record is in high demand, so sign up now to take advantage of this tuition-free educational opportunity. This high school campus is second to none, including high-tech science and computer labs and state-of-the-art classrooms. MCA offers many extracurricular activities, a robust athletics program, and a full-time college advisor. MCA promotes virtue, patriotism, and an accurate portrayal of American history. Do you crave such an education for your high schooler? If so, Mason Classical Academy is the answer. Learn the true, do the good, love the beautiful. Learn more and enroll by visiting masonacademy.com today.
What's it like being an installer for Closet Factory? It's one of those cool jobs, like working ski patrol, training horses, or something on a train. I mean, it's your job to bring a designer's and client's idea to life with your own hands, right? There's something beautiful about it. For more information on what it's like being a Closet Factory installer and if it's the perfect job for you, call today, 239-225-7235. 239-225-7235. Closet Factory is an equal opportunity employer.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. We do appreciate you watching. If you are from the Northeast, New York to be exact, this music sounds familiar to you. That is actually the sound of a Mr. Softy ice cream truck. And if you grew up in New York like I did, you know that sound, Mr. Softy, that is often imitated but never duplicated in the city of New York. There's a lot of trucks that King Softy and other... No, you got to go to the Mr. Softy truck. It's the best ice cream there. That's where you go if you're in New York City. Trust me, I know this. I've debated people for a long time on this. But they got a new survey out showing the most popular ice cream truck treats in every state. What is it here in the state of Florida? What is our favorite? You're going to the ice cream truck, and if you were going to get a treat out of that truck, which one are you getting?
Fudge bar.
Incorrect. Take another guess.
The SpongeBob guy.
The who? The SpongeBob guy?
Strawberry shortcake.
No, it's not strawberry shortcake. Oh, look at that. There is a SpongeBob ice cream. Nope, that's not it. It's not an ice cream sandwich. Do I wait till later to tell you? I can't tell you now. You're just going to have to stand by. I'll give you the answer. It's shocking when you find... Well, it's not really shocking.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Ty Lassiter here, managing partner and CEO of Key City Capital. I think we can all admit that our origin has a lot of importance in what we will become. Many of you didn't originate from Florida, but you have come here, and that choice has altered your path for the rest of your life, especially how much taxes you pay if you came here from the Northeast. So what is Key City Capital's origin? Why did we choose to move to Southwest Florida? Our mission is to connect capital to wealth through passive real estate and alternative investments. Very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors. For over 10 years, we have never missed a monthly interest payment to our partners, and we have never lost a penny of our investors' capital. That is history you can build and rely on.
If you're looking for significant returns from real estate and alternative investments, call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
Certified. Certified pre-owned vehicles are at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. They're just like new, but cost thousands less. And Thursday through Sunday only, we're selling them at once-in-a-lifetime bargain prices. It's the Certified Summer Closeout event at Sutherland. Certified Rogue $15,788. Certified Ultima $12,988. Both with a 100,000-mile warranty. Shop our biggest and best certified inventory we've ever had. All of them look, feel, and drive new. Even you won't be able to tell the difference, but your wallet will. Save thousands now on all our certified vehicle selection. Rogue $15,788, Ultima $12,988. Plus get a 100,000-mile warranty. Hurry before you miss out. Get to Florida's #1 Nissan dealer by Sunday. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. Your used car megastore. Online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much. See dealer for details.
At FindMark, our commitment to clients goes far beyond managing wealth. We have a genuine interest in understanding our clients' lives, their families, and dreams for the future. It's doing what's right and being there every step of the journey. It requires time to learn what matters most. But at FindMark, we believe the better we know you, the better we can serve you. Visit us at our locations in Fort Myers, Naples, Bonita Springs, and Estero, or online at findmarkbank.com.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. 36 million American families will start getting the first of 6 monthly payments today, up to $300 for every kid under 6, $250 for kids 6 to 17. Fox's Jessica Rosenthal.
President Biden's American Rescue Plan expanded the child tax credit and turned it into monthly payments rather than just a $2,000 tax break. The annual income cutoff to those who qualify is $75,000 for a single taxpayer and $150,000 for a married couple.
The payments get smaller and then phase out altogether at higher incomes. A judge in Los Angeles says the pop star Britney Spears can hire a new non-court-appointed attorney as she fights to end her father's control of her finances and other decisions.
Britney Spears on the phone during the hearing said she is angry and ready to press charges against her dad. The lawyer for Jamie Spears called Britney's allegations of cruelty and abandonment incorrect and the product of poor recollection.
Fox's Gernal Scott. America's listening to Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. We have eastbound roadblock right now in Lehigh Acres along State Road 82 at Sunshine Boulevard because of a crash scene. Also watching a crash on Buckingham Road at Alaska Avenue with injuries and roadblock and tracking delays on Buckingham Road because of that crash. Heading just off 75 to the east on Palm Beach Boulevard. There's a crash right at Louise Street. Seeing major slowdowns westbound on Palm Beach Boulevard going past that crash scene. And if you're heading out through Glades County, we have a crash on State Road 29, blocking the road in both directions just north of State Road 78 because of an early morning accident out there. So avoid that area. Traffic is being detoured around that scene. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Thursday, Southwest Florida. After a wet start this week, look for a slightly drier day today. However, we still will be looking at some storms, though they will be more hit or miss and isolated in nature. Temperatures pushing to 93 degrees for this afternoon. Moisture increases with storm chances on the rise as we head into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Spotty storms expected for tomorrow afternoon on your Friday with a high of 92 degrees, with storms becoming more scattered and a little bit more widespread in nature. Saturday, Sunday with highs remaining near 92 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
From smartphones and TVs to desktops, laptops, and tablets.
Every audio device in this hemisphere.
All you have to do is tell your smart device to play 92.5 Fox News.
Pandemic, market drops, elections. Don't let the noise and fear distract you. Where do you go for clarity in uncertain times? I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's financial planner. For experience, advice on planning for retirement, visit savingtheinvestor.com.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying, but they can also signal a major problem, or worse, an electrical emergency. So play it safe and leave it to the experts at Mr. Sparky. Trust our team of professional, clean, and friendly electricians. We'll get it done right and get it done safely.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in the respective state or county.
You consider yourself the best of the best in HVAC.
Conditioned Air is looking for A players to join our winning team. If you consider yourself an A player and love customer service, you should apply so we can get your career path started. We have several top-paying positions available now in Sarasota, Fort Myers, and Naples. Don't wait. Go online to conditionedair.com and apply right now. Conditioned Air, the comfort people since 1962. License number CAC 1819590.
It's a new day, and it's coming at you fast. It could be the day your workforce doubles, or the day your visitors quadruple. With Comcast Business, you'll have what you need to take on every twist and turn, like the flexibility to control multiple Wi-Fi networks from anywhere, and the power of the nation's largest gig speed network, the one that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a great offer for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Want even more speed? Ask how to get up to 10 gigs for your small business. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to find out more. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 35 megabits per second internet and one voice line. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Compares Comcast Business 10 gig EDI with AT&T 1 gig.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I'm an interior designer and I trust Rock Solid.
If you're looking for just the right countertops for your home, the choice is simple. Rock Solid.
I'm a contractor and I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
Whether you're a homeowner or a contractor who wants the finest countertops, choose Rock Solid, a company you can trust.
Rock Solid in the Pink Building, 2240 JNC Boulevard, Naples. Rock Solid. We don't stop at just countertops.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors? My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myShowerDoor.com.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. Still trying to get a hold of Trish Regan, and hopefully we'll have a chance to connect with her coming up this morning. We'll keep trying right now. Also on the way, Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD, and that's coming up in about 10 more minutes. We will play, and hopefully you'll join us, have a little bit of fun. Looking forward to it. And by the way, hopefully I won't have the voice I had yesterday. Can't tell you how many people texted me and said, why didn't you clear your throat? You sounded like you were going to pass out. You remember yesterday? I was all, it was just a mess. All right, so we'll be fine today. All right, let's answer the question because a lot of people are asking before we get to some of the stories that I wanted to touch on, including, listen, if you're not vaccinated, you can't have access to your kids. Who would say something like that? We'll have that coming up. And also, we got to talk about the reality check of what's really in the Texas voting reform bill. I mean, give me a break. Don't you want to know what's in it before you start demagoguing and saying things like, oh, it's the worst thing since the Civil War? Yeah, okay. We'll get to that in just a second. All right, so this poll that was put out based on Google's trends search data over the past 12 months, and we asked the question before, the most popular ice cream truck treat in every state growing up. I was just talking on the break with Jake that Mr. Softy in New York City was obviously the place to go. There's been a lot of imitators, but the original Mr. Softy truck was the way to go. Also, if you had a good humor truck in your neighborhood when I was growing up, if you had some extra money, because it was more expensive than the rest of them, the chocolate eclair good humor bar will change your life. Will absolutely, as a matter of fact, Jake, if you looked on online, how hard is it to find if you were going to buy it in a retail store? Everything's sold out of stock.
You're going to have to go to someone who specializes in chocolate.
Yes. I don't even know if it exists anymore, but it changed your world. If you had the money, you had to have the extra cash. And so not many people in my neighborhood, we didn't have a chance to do that. But all right, state of Florida, what is it? Do you have any idea? Maybe we'll make this like a text line question as well. 239-479-5592. Because I'm not sure this is true, but I just thought I would throw it out there, and maybe you can tell me if you feel like it's right. Jake said, "Go ahead, give me your thoughts."
Mine were
you
fudge
said
bar.
fudge. Yeah, fudge bar. No.
And then I said the SpongeBob guy.
Yeah, I had no idea there's a sponge bar ice cream pop. Apparently there is, and there's one state in the country that is a big fan of that. But that's not the answer.
Ice cream cone, like a regular
Basic,
drumstick?
like a king cone or drumstick. Nope, it's not a drumstick. It's
Ice
not
cream
a
sandwich?
It's not an ice cream sandwich.
The push pop?
It's not. Stephen Naples asked if it was a nutty, but what's a nutty buddy? I don't know what a nutty buddy is.
Well, that's not really ice cream, but yeah.
Okay. No.
But a push pop? Is it the push pop?
Alex asked the same question. He texted push. It's not a push up. Not a push up pop. Man. Come on. You know this. I'll just have to tell you. And a lot of people are saying the same thing. Custards? No. Banana split? No. It's a firecracker. You know what a firecracker is?
Oh.
What? Do you know what it is?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's the rocket, right?
Right. Exactly. Thank you, Cindy in Cape Coral. It's the red, white, and blue rocket pops. That's exactly what it is. They're called firecrackers. That is the most popular ice cream truck treat in the state of Florida, apparently. Although dreamsicles are very nice. Right. It's I don't know if they call them bomb pops too, right? Isn't that what it? Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. Just came up too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there you go. All right. A little information that was totally useless for a whole lot of people. We've got to do something to get back on track. Let's remember we were supposed to have the music, the transition. Okay. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com. That's the website. We appreciate you watching all the time. Kathleen Sebelius was the former Obama administration Health and Human Services Secretary, and she had something interesting to say. I thought, well, maybe not really that interesting, but look, when it comes to the vid, we got to be serious. When we come to the amount of cases, you got to be vaxxed. When it comes to kids, apparently everybody's got to do that as well. The questions are obvious that many people have. This segment that was on CNN was really about how at CPAC, the evil Republicans, Trump-loving, conspiracy theory, tinfoil hat, you get the idea. That the questioning of whether or not what's been happening with the vid, the actual numbers, the need for vaccine when people have been questioning whether or not we've been at herd immunity for a while. Rand Paul has brought that up. Nobody's asking about that. And the questions that people have about the vaccine when it comes to something that if it has 70, 80, 90% efficacy and people through herd immunity, asymptomatic cases that we didn't even know about from last year, people had it, didn't even realize they had it. And ultimately, the virus is looking for a host, and if you have immunity because you've had it before and the like, that ultimately the virus is going to look for some place, a host that's going to be viable. And if you're 80% with a vaccine and if you never had the virus, then people are asking the simple question, which is, does that mean that it would be you vaccinated? That could be the next person that would be a host for a virus that can't find one because of the people who have had the case before. Okay, these are just questions that people are asking. It's not about whether or not, the hyperbolic of the people going after Ron DeSantis. How dare you, Ron DeSantis, Death Santis, and don't Fauci my Florida. No, this is outrageous that he's selling T-shirts that say that. How dare he do this? Don't you understand? Look, everybody does. We all understand how serious it is. We also understand how it's been politicized for far too long. And how therapies have not been available to people, life-saving therapies that could have been given to individuals, but was not given to individuals because of your hatred for a person who said it would be a good thing to maybe take a hydroxychloroquine or an ivermectin because it's shown to be effective, but you're not allowed to say that because politics. Spare us there's no politics in vaccines and the like. But again, I'm not, if you want to take the vaccine, absolutely. You know where you are when it comes to comorbidities and age and the like. But now on CNN, CPAC bringing up this issue, talking about it. It's outrageous. So what did the former HHS secretary under Obama say about you and the unvaccinated and the problems with vaccination? What does she think?
We are in a situation where we have a wildly effective vaccine, multiple choices, lots available, free of charge, and we have folks who are just saying, I won't do it. I think that it's time to say to those folks, it's fine if you don't choose to get vaccinated. You may not come to work. You may not have access to a situation where you're going to put my grandchildren in jeopardy, where you might kill them, where you might
kill them. So you shouldn't have access.
Come to work.
You shouldn't have access to work.
You may not have access to a situation where you're going to put my grandchildren in jeopardy, where you might kill them, where you might put them in a situation where they're going to carry the virus to someone in a high-risk position.
So is Kathleen Sebelius, former HHS secretary's opinion that if you are not vaccinated, not only should you not be able to work, but you also shouldn't have access to your kids? Is that the suggestion? And again, I think the bottom line, fundamentally, when it comes to the vid is very simple. 15 days is to stop the 30-day spread so we don't overwhelm hospitals. Forget about that. But we should be talking about that. Ultimately, who are the most vulnerable? We hear cases are ticking up all across the country. They're going up because of this new Delta variant that is more contagious. How contagious is it? How many cases are we talking about per capita? How many more people are in hospitals per capita? What are we looking at when it comes to hospitals? And what are we doing about therapeutics and taking care of those that are getting it and keeping an eye on deaths? That's what we should be doing, as well as everything else we've been doing. But this idea that you shouldn't have access to your kids because you're not vaccinated, is this where we're going? Well, listen, if it's up to Democrats, you better believe it. I mean, the knocking door to door is already started, right? This is what we're hearing, that people are starting to see them there. The door knockers, the friendly faces of those that just want to make sure that you have access to, the factual information, the truth. The strike force could be knocking on your door soon. I'm looking at pictures of people already out there. The surge teams and the targeted community door-to-door outreach has already begun. So, all right, 239-479-5592. Also, some of the other things that I'm looking at, stories that we're keeping an eye on. Certainly want to talk about this coming up when it comes to Texas and what's happening there with the Texas Democrats who decided to, some might say filibuster. No, because Democrats don't like filibustering. Unless, I'm trying to figure out, do they like it? They don't like it. When they can use it, they like it. When they, okay, you get it. The Texas Democrats leaving the state because, that's what you do. You pick up and leave when you're upset about something that you need to be there in your house, your state house, to kind of hammer out a deal, to kind of work together. No, you actually just pick up and leave. Even Peter Ducey was asking Jen Psaki about this. Like, I don't get it. Has Joe Biden ever just picked up and left when he was working on a deal or a...
About voting rights and these Texas lawmakers who have come to Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know any examples from his 36 years in the Senate that Joe Biden just hopped on a train and left town to avoid a vote that he knew he was going to lose?
Welcome back. Look, I think that the president's view is that these Texas legislators were making a statement through action in opposition to efforts in their state to oppose restrictions on people's fundamental rights and their rights to vote.
No, really? So the fundamental right of voting is being taken away. And again, for the millionth time, how many of you have said the same exact thing? Can somebody in the press just question Jen Psaki or the president or Vice President Harris or anybody that's there, any of the Texas legislature that decided to leave? Like, what's in the voting reform bill that's restricting voting? Like, do you even know what's in it? And Just the News did an article on this apocalyptic discussion about voting rights and what's being taken away from the citizens of Texas. And they described it in detail. And you may be shocked to find out what's in it. And then when you do, you may say, well, I don't get it. So what are some of the things that Republicans are doing trying to make it harder for people of Texas to vote? The bill makes it harder for election workers to bar or eject poll watchers from polling places. Really? That's restricting people from voting. From making it harder for election workers to eject poll watchers. Like, if we want to have people watching the polls, right? Okay. Strengthens their ability to survey most parts of a voting location. That's a problem. Why is that? Voters who wish to vote by mail would be required to include their driver's license number on the application. If they don't possess a driver's license, they would be required to use the last 4 digits of their social. Is that so hard? I mean, everybody pretty much knows their social security number, right? And if they don't, they probably have some place where they have it, or a driver's license, right? That's restrictive. Forbid public officials from proactively distributing mail-in ballots to voters. In other words, we're not just going to indiscriminately start mailing stuff out. You got to ask for it. Yeah, all of that's Jim Crow 2.0. That's Jim Eagle, or however the president said it.
We choose truth over facts.
Again, once you hear it, you realize it's not what they're saying it is. And they know it. 239-479-5592. All right, let's go to the phones in just a minute. Let's play Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. I know a lot of folks want to play, so let's get to you. Caller number 5 right now. You'll play Drew's College right now at 239-479-5592. Play and hopefully win number 5, Drew's College. We'll play next on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. Several crashes out across Southwest Florida, including one just popping up in Cape Coral involving a vehicle that hit into a pedestrian. This is in the 400 block of Northwest First Terrace, not too far from the intersection of Nicholas Parkway and Pine Island Road. So expect to see a lot of emergency vehicles out there and for that route to be closed for the next several hours. Also keeping an eye on a couple of crashes just off 75 to the east at Orange River Boulevard and Palm Beach Boulevard. Another crash right near Louise Street in Palm Beach with some roadblock in a left lane heading westbound. We also have eastbound roadblock on State Road 82 because of a crash near Sunshine Boulevard. Also watching an accident heading through State Road 82 and 40th Street Southwest in Lehigh, and a new hit and run popping up at Corkscrew Road and Alico Road in the Stero area. If you're heading out through Collier County, a crash over on Livingston Road and Vanderbilt Beach Road. No injuries, no roadblock there. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
We'll look for a slightly lower chance for storms today. Isolated storms still possible towards the afternoon with a high of 93 degrees. We'll start to see those storm chances increasing as we head into the upcoming weekend. A high of 92 for Friday and 92 for Saturday with scattered storms returning. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, this is Papa reporting that we're still getting a lot of calls from homeowners who were told they needed a new re-roof after Irma. Most of these folks had a few broken tiles that are obsolete. Our company has 2 warehouses filled with the older obsolete tiles that have never been used. If you think that you may not need a new re-roof, but only need to replace some obsolete tile, please call me for our free tile roof inspection. We may be able to repair and seal your roof to make it look new and beautiful, a lot cheaper than replacing the entire roof. If you call me for our free inspection, we'll place you on our proactive list. And in the event of another hurricane, you won't have to go searching for a contractor because we will automatically call you to see if you need assistance. Let me show you how we can clean and seal and protect your roof, pavers, and pool decks. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Gary, and Cody, call us at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700. We're open 24/7, and you can call us right now for a free tile roof inspection. License number CCC 1326213.
Hey, we've got my friend Dave Meister on the phone, of course, with the Floor Meisters, the family-owned Floor Meisters in Naples. And Dave, listen, I know you got a lot of things going on. You're selling a lot of cord tech. That's great, but you got this 8,000 square foot showroom with a selection of carpet that is absolutely unbelievable as well. And the prices right now are pretty amazing. So I hear you got this whole thing going on with Dreamweaver carpets.
Well, we have the Dreamweaver Select, which is this is $3.99 carpet, pad, and labor. But this has a lifetime warranty for pet stains, abrasive wear, and even for steps, a stair warranty. Nobody's ever had that before.
Listen, if you haven't been to the Floor Meisters, you really owe it to yourself to visit their store, 6281 Naples Boulevard, right next to Costco. Whether it's tile, laminate, hardwood, or, of course, carpet, they've got it all. So give them a call today, 239-596-4964, or on the web at floormeisters.com.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Jake. Jake's in Bonita. Hello, Jake.
Hello, Drew. How are you this morning?
I am awesome sauce, as the kids say. Well, somebody somewhere said it once. It's Drew's College.
I'm good so far.
Okay, and so are you. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics and more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Your associate's degree question starts right now. Hey, do you know how long a U.S. representative, how many years until we elect another U.S. representative? They serve for how many years?
2 years.
2 years. That is correct, sir. All right, you got an associate's. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. When you're talking about FDR, he was president of the United States. Do you remember how many years FDR was president?
I believe that was 12.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this very question. In World War II, the United States fought 3 different countries. Which ones?
Oh, that would be Germany, Italy, or Japan.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a master's. We'll see if you get a PhD on this very question. You know, there was a lot of talk about Watergate back in the 70s. As a matter of fact, there was one president in particular that was involved with all of this, had to resign. Who was that?
Oh, that would be Nixon, Gov.
Would you say Nixon? Duh, or Dick?
Nixon.
Oh, okay.
And I called you Gov.
You call me Gov?
Yeah.
Awesome. That's correct.
Aiming to do a Cockney accent there for you.
Oh, is that all right? So you have okay. So where are you from originally, sir?
Minnesota.
You're from Minnesota.
Yeah, sure. You betcha.
Okay, fun. Well, Jake, listen, with the accent from Minnesota that I'm not sure if he's telling. Okay, you got a PhD, so you certainly are the smartest Minnesotan in Southwest Florida or wherever you are. Oh no, you're in Bonita.
Well, yeah, thank you very much.
Back at you, Jake.
Good.
Some might say. There might have been some good somewhere in there. Well, he got a PhD. That's good. All right. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com. That is the website, anytime you want to watch. We do appreciate you doing that. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We want your car, truck, van, or SUV today. We are paying top dollar for clean vehicles. Before you sell or trade, call Lee Auto Group to get the most money for your car. Lee Auto Group, lee-cars.com. Don't forget the dash.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash. Is foot pain making your life miserable? The Good Feet store specializes in foot pain relief. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers. Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Jason and Todd believe in value. They're direct diamond importers and hand select each diamond directly from the cutters. By cutting out the middlemen, the Diamond District offers the best quality diamonds at the lowest prices, and they pass that savings on to you.
At the Diamond District.
They capture the panic of the moment. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
There's people yelling, saying they're stuck.
That's one of the 911 calls released 3 weeks after the condo tower collapsed in Surfside, Florida. Fox's Tanya J. Powers joins us live with more of them.
Dave, those middle-of-the-night calls from people at the Champlain Tower South on June 24th are full of confusion and panic as those inside pleaded for help from 911 dispatchers.
Okay, you're in your apartment right now?
Yes, but half the building's gone. Miami-Dade police released the audio recordings yesterday.
I think the roof collapsed in the building. A bunch of us are in the garage, but we cannot get out. We're going back up to our apartment.
At least 97 people have died in the collapse, with others still missing. A judge has ordered the sale of the site as part of a fast-tracking of lawsuits filed in the wake of the collapse in an effort to get insurance money to the victims and families. Dave.
Tanya, Americans are getting paid again today. More money from the IRS, the first installment of the expanded child tax care credit, $300 for most parents for every kid younger than 6, $250 for each child 6 to 17.
The annual income cutoff to those who qualify is $75,000 for a single taxpayer and $150,000 for a married couple. The plan is to send out these payments each month through the end of the year, and one does not need to be paying federal income tax to qualify.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. President Biden met with Senate Democrats pushing $3.5 trillion in new spending for education, health and child care, and more, including combating climate change.
We're going to get something done, and that's why I think that my Build Back Better agenda is all about.
Republicans oppose it as too much spending, and Democratic Senator Joe Manchin's not sure.
We have a debt of $28.5 trillion right now, okay? We have indications of inflation is spiking, so a lot of things of concern.
The Biden administration's launched a Stop Ransomware website offering big rewards for information helping identify foreign hackers. America's listening to Fox News.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Several crashes out across Southwest Florida, including one just popping up in Cape Coral involving a vehicle that hit into a pedestrian. This is in the 400 block of Northwest First Terrace, not too far from the intersection of Nicholas Parkway and Pine Island Road. So expect to see a lot of emergency vehicles out there and for that route to be closed for the next several hours. Also keeping an eye on a couple of crashes just off 75 to the east at Orange River Boulevard and Palm Beach Boulevard. Another crash right near Louise Street in Palm Beach with some roadblock in a left lane heading westbound. We also have eastbound roadblock on State Road 82 because of a crash near Sunshine Boulevard. Also watching an accident heading through State Road 82 and 40th Street Southwest in Lehigh, and a new hit and run popping up at Corkscrew Road and Alico Road in the Estero area. If you're heading out through Collier County, a crash over on Livingston Road and Vanderbilt Beach Road. No injuries, no roadblock there. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Thursday, Southwest Florida. After a wet start this week, look for a slightly drier day today. However, we still will be looking at some storms, so they will be more hit or miss and isolated in nature. Temperatures pushing to 93 degrees for this afternoon. Moisture increases with storm chances on the rise as we head into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Spotty storms expected for tomorrow afternoon on your Friday with a high of 92 degrees, with storms becoming more scattered and a little bit more widespread in nature. Saturday, Sunday with highs remaining near 92 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
I won't give up the ship.
Talking about what matters.
This country is too great to throw over to communism. I love it.
92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is Florida's factory direct window company. We manufacture, install, and guarantee your windows for life. One company, one call. Our replacement windows are made to better enhance the energy efficiency of your home and stand up to Florida weather. New South Window, home of the ultimate Florida window for you. Made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, because we know Florida weather.
Going on now. Buy 2 windows, get a third free. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
The moment you fire up a Gator UTV, the engine has your full attention. The completed job is on the horizon, and the trail meets its match. Just like that, you made short work of a long to-do list. Run with us on a John Deere Gator UTV. With effortless 4-wheel drive at the flip of a switch and our smoothest shifting transmission yet. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere Gator for more.
It's Kaylee Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. I hear commercials that offer no-interest loans and giant rebates for air conditioners all the time. Now, I'm still a kid, but even I know banks don't lend money for free. Even I know that big cash rebates just aren't real. Just like the Tooth Fairy, they are simply missed to make you feel happy inside. When it's time to invest in a new system, but the right system for the right reasons, not the one on sale with fake offers. Call Kobe Cooling at 239-482-1542. Again, at 239-482-1542. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense, no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
At Naples Nissan, when we say we'll do whatever it takes, that's exactly what we mean. Hey, Southwest Florida, Aaron Walker here. Nissan has given us another big number to hit, and we're going to do whatever it takes to make it happen. Need a loan, but have bad credit? We'll do whatever it takes to get you that loan. Just tell us how much you want for your trade-in. We'll do whatever it takes to get it for you. Would you like to go payment-free until 2022? You got it. Would you like 0% financing for up to 5 years? No problem. Or maybe you'd like $5,000 cash in your hand. Hey, we'll make it happen. We've got over 400 new cars on our lot. Pick out your favorite at naplesnissan.com, then come see us on Pine Ridge Road, exit 107 off I-75, and let us do whatever it takes so that you can drive it home today. All offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no loan costs, period. If the mortgage you have right now was done prior to COVID-19, you should call us for a free review. At Mortgage Warehouse, we understand how frustrating it can be to make your mortgage payment month after month, and the loan balance just doesn't seem to go down. The payment is mostly interest, but we can help with that. We can combine near record low mortgage rates with our local no closing cost program to improve your mortgage payment right away. You do not have to roll any closing costs into your loan balance to get these ultra-low mortgage rates. You can apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com or call 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. And we do appreciate you watching. Coming up, let's see, what do we have? You know, I have to talk about this. Clearly, there's a lot of people who are understanding quickly how the Democrats, and even this article in Red State talks about this, how there's this panic that maybe Democrats are starting to realize in the state of Florida that they pretty much messed up. But there's a reason why, and it has to do with not only some of the issues that are going on, like what we talked about earlier, this poll, the policies of this administration. 1.8 million Americans have turned down jobs due to unemployment benefits. Axios talking about this, admitting this, that, when people were talking about this, oh, no, that's not the case. But people themselves in this poll were saying they receive enough money from unemployment insurance without having to work. But also of what's going on in Cuba and the protests there, and how people are starting to realize something about Florida that is quite unique, but is also very telling to what maybe is the politics that are playing part in the situation. Congressman Byron Donald's joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. We always appreciate a chance to speak with him on our Thursday get-together. How are you this morning?
Morning, Drew. How you doing?
I'm all right. You know, I was just talking about this and kind of hinting a couple of things I wanted to get to talk about this morning with you. Obviously, Cuba on a lot of people's minds, and the concerns that, you know, there's a lot of solidarity around Southwest Florida. We saw it in Naples. We saw it on the Fifth Avenue South. We've witnessed it all across the state and across the country. We're seeing this, you know, and the fact that we hope that this will result in something meaningful when it comes to change and what we could see in Cuba. Unfortunately, I'm worried about an administration that doesn't feel the same way.
Yeah, it's first of all, let me tell you that, you know, I was at the rally, the march, a demonstration, protest, however you want to call it, in Naples. I will tell you that not just the people of Cuba here in the United States, but people everywhere want the same thing. They want freedom for the Cuban people. If you look at what's going on in Cuba right now, the dissidents have been tamped down. The military is retaking control. They've shut off the internet and social media. So people can't even get a message out of Cuba. It is complete totalitarian communism. And to be frank, we need to be doing a whole lot more than we're doing right now. There are people in this administration who are talking about getting rid of the sanctions. That will be a disaster. All we have to do is look at what happened when Obama got rid of the Iranian sanctions, and what happened to the Green Revolution in Iran, and how the regime basically had more economic power behind it to continue its repression of its people.
Right. Yeah, and how some people have been suspiciously quiet in a lot of this. We don't hear a lot from AOC and others necessarily about what is going on. We all see and know the results that you would get from a communist socialist regime. We see what socialism does. And, you know, it would be nice to hear from them. It'd be nice to hear a word, something, but we know we're not going to get that, are we?
No, you're not going to hear from them because at the end of the day, their ideologies are the same. The ideology is the same. They might have a different policy mix, or they might have a different set of desires, but the policies are the same. And at the end of the road of where Bernie Sanders and AOC want to take us is, unfortunately, a totalitarian regime, whether it's communism or Marxism or socialism. That's the end. Because in order for them to get what they weigh, to see happen what they want happen, they must have total control. And you can't. It's just not just total control of the government apparatus, because if that's just it, then people are still free to make their own decisions. How can you accomplish the Green New Deal or whatever the utopian nonsense that they want to see happen in the United States? The only way you can achieve absolute equity, to use their words, and to achieve this utopian viewpoint of America is to have total control.
Yeah.
That is exactly what totalitarianism is. That's the place it goes. That's why they don't say anything about what's going on in Cuba, because, listen, Cuba is a complete failure when it comes to the liberty of people, a complete failure. But it is a success of Marxist ideology. Cuba is the success of Marxist ideology. That is what Marx wanted, frankly.
Yeah, and, you know, one thing that I was talking to some folks this week about was their surprise, and maybe your thoughts on this. Two things. Number one, DHS Secretary Mayorkas saying, don't come. Just do not come here. You're not welcome here, which was kind of shocking for a lot of people. And just to get your thoughts on that comment. And then on the other side of it, what would be the motivation to say something like that, where there are people that have said, look, maybe it's clear to everybody, even judging by what we know about the state of Florida and the Cuban Americans and how they vote and who they support, that this really stinks of politics.
If there are people who actually doubted the reality that the only reason Democrats believe in mass illegal immigration is because they want people to come here and vote and change the psychology of the country, look no further than this decision on Cuba. If you really doubted that, if you thought that they just wanted people to come here out of the goodness of their heart, now you have the truth. They only want the certain people to come here who are they believe are going to vote a certain way and are going to bring, unfortunately, the support of third world governments to the United States. Because when people have that mindset and that ideology and they come here and they continue to vote that way, then it gives the left what they're looking for, which goes back to why AOC and Bernie Sanders aren't saying anything about this. That's just the truth. Yeah. And it's rank, it's disgusting. When there's actual oppression, when there's actual human rights being violated, the left is quiet. And this isn't the first time. I talked about the Green Revolution in Iran back in 2009, 2010. At that time, Barack Obama was silent while the Iranian people were being gunned down in the street and being repressed by the mullahs in Iran. So this is consistent with the left. This is how they are. This is how they operate when it comes to true freedom movements. But at the same time, they like to talk about these faux freedom movements in the United States, when the reality is we continue to be the most free people in the world. We continue to have the most liberty in the world. And, frankly, our country is the embodiment of the human struggle that has always persisted in the history of the world. That is the cause and the goal for individual liberty. We're the embodiment of that.
Yeah.
But the left is not.
Congressman Byron Donalds joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. I'm not sure if we're the freest. If you ask people about Texas, if you ask those Texas Democrats who hopped on that plane and left for D.C. with their keg of beer or whatever they had and maskless on the plane, I don't know, all this craziness, and the tweeting out of their dining options, it's been really bizarre. But if you're asking them, oh no, and we're talking about voting reform bills, it's an outrage. It's amazing to me, and you can speak to this directly. It's amazing to me that more people don't ask the simple question. Can you just tell us exactly what it is in these bills that is something that is akin to the worst thing ever since the Civil War, or Jim Eagle, Jim Crow 2.0, or whatever, all of the words, the language that they use? Can you just define what it is? It's amazing how nobody will do it.
They can't do that because if they actually told you the specifics, people would laugh them out of the room.
Yeah.
That's how ridiculous they are. You know what they're upset about in Texas? Because I heard one of the Texas state Democrat reps on MSNBC. He talked about how come we can't have a mobile polling location, which would be banned under this provision in Texas law. He's like, why can't we have a mobile voting location? Why can't we have 24-hour voting where it just goes around and just allows people to vote for no matter what time of day? And I'm looking at this guy, and I'm like, the reason why you can't have that stuff is because it's not just about casting the ballots. It's about securing the ballots that have been casted, to making sure that there's nothing untoward that ends up in the ballot box that you don't have an issue over later. They're arguing over drop boxes because they want to keep drop boxes. And I try to remind the Democrats, like, nobody even heard of a drop box until COVID-19.
Yep.
And the only reason you use drop boxes during COVID-19 is because people were, frankly, afraid and wrongly afraid, frankly, that they would get COVID if they went to go cast a vote. So they put drop boxes all over the place so you could just walk up to the box and drop it in the slot. Okay, well, guess what? The pandemic is past us now. It's time to go back to a polling location and vote. Oh, and they oppose things like you having to verify who you are if you get an absentee ballot, and absentee ballots just can't be mailed to you. Like, this is the mess that they're talking about. Meanwhile, on an island 90 miles south of us, people don't even get to vote. And if they decide to hold an election, the election is fixed. And you better know who you better vote for, or you might get shot in the back on your way out of the polling location. This is the idiocy of the left and the Democrat Party in the United States today. It makes no sense whatsoever.
No, you're right on. It's exactly something to look at. It's so true when we can see the difference. And you look at what's happening on the island of Cuba, and you see what's been happening for 62 years, and how people are treated there, and how there are individuals in this country that want to somehow bring that here. It's only if Americans do it. See, Congressman, if we just as Americans do socialism, it's nonsense and dangerous, certainly. Hey, before we go, CPAC, it looks like you had a lot of fun there. It seemed like a great event.
It was a great event. I mean, look, the president. The president's in rare form, and the theme of his speech is basically like, "I told you so."
Yeah,
and who could argue with him? He's like, "I told you so. I told you it was going to happen." But listen, CPAC was a great event. People are fired up. They're ready to go. They are ready for the midterm elections, and what can I say? I think that we're in great shape to go back and take back the House. I think we're in great shape to take back the Senate just because of how abysmal Joe Biden's agenda and the Democrat agenda has been. Yeah. I mean, it's only been 6 months, Drew.
I know, it feels like an eternity.
It's been 6 months. Like, I'm just like, this is like you went on vacation, left your kids home, and you came back to the house, and it's a complete disaster. You were only gone for 3 days.
Yeah. The house isn't there. It's gone. Somebody else is living in the house. Yeah, it's awful. You're exactly right. But no doubt, looking at 22 and 24 and feeling pretty good about our chances for a lot of different reasons. All right, Congressman, I appreciate you. All the best. We'll see you soon. See you next week.
Anytime, Drew. Talk to you soon.
All right, see you. 239-479-5592. Yeah, I wanted to bring this up. Didn't get a chance to expand this yesterday. But, there's been this talk about what's happening in Cuba, the protests there, and the regime, decades of oppression. Democrats in Florida looking at this and saying, Axios, Democrats are worried they'll hurt themselves in Florida and more broadly in the midterms if they mishandle the situation in Cuba. They've always mishandled the situation in Cuba. Now more than ever, people are starting to realize who they are and what they're about. And here's something that I thought was interesting, because as I started to look into this a little further, these stories about Democrats being worried, more and more you're seeing worry from Democrats. MSNBC's Stephanie Rule sounds alarm on potential red wave in 22. There's a lot of talk out there about this. I'll leave you with some positives before the break. But there was a story that I read in Foreign Policy. And in this article, this was the day that the state called, November 4th, Florida called for Trump. Donald Trump projected to win the state of Florida, one of the most important battleground states in the 2020 election, and a must-win for the president on the path to re-election. Right? This is November 4th, 2020. As you get into the story, this is listen to this paragraph. Part of the president's appeal among the more than 2 million Hispanic voters in the country is his tough stance on socialist Latin American regimes. The Trump team warned during the campaign repeatedly and falsely, this is their words, repeatedly and falsely, you ready? That Biden would advance radical socialist policies in Washington if elected. A surge in conspiracy theories and disinformation may have also played a role in turning Spanish-speaking voters in South Florida against Biden. Really? Isn't that interesting? November 4th, 2020, foreignpolicy.com, Florida called for Trump. And in their words, the president at the time, Trump, falsely claiming that Biden would advance radical socialist policies in Washington if elected. Yeah. Think you want to retract that? A surge in conspiracy theories and disinformation may have played a role in Spanish-speaking voters. No, they know pretty well what fascism, socialism, totalitarianism, they know what it looks like. They understand exactly what socialism is. They know exactly what it is when it comes to a regime that for decades would, well, you know what they do. Pretty interesting, I thought that article was. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live, TrueSteel.com is the website. Steel has 3 E's. We do appreciate you watching the program. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News. You don't have to feel distant. Come join the conversation.
I am mad at everything going on.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end. The homemade taste of bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Dip into our new coconut cream pie ice cream and imagine being stranded on a deserted island. Rich coconut French ice cream, flakes of coconut, tasty pie crust pieces, and a whipped topping swirl loaded with toasted coconut. You won't want to be rescued.
The good old days are being made right now. The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at all Super Targets and Walgreens.
Go. Already? All right, I'm on it. Rockstar Harley needs used bikes. It is giving NADA retail value in trading for a new Harley this week. No matter how much you owe on it, Rockstar Harley will trade anything. We're talking bikes, cars, ATVs, RVs, and more. NADA retail value for your motorcycle. Good credit, bad credit, no credit. At Rockstar Harley, all credit applications considered. Rockstar Harley-Davidson is the #1 volume Harley dealer in Florida with rates such as 0.99% APR. Retail trade value ends this Sunday. Adjustments may be some reconditioning mileage, meaning your trading equity may be applied to new non-finance unapproved above average credit.
Summer is here, and Conditioned Air wants to introduce you to our new Easy Comfort solution, the coolest way to get your new AC. Now you can get a new AC unit for one low monthly payment and no down payment. Best of all, annual tune-ups, a smart thermostat, air filters, and repairs due to normal wear and tear are all included. Call Conditioned Air today, the comfort people since 1962. 1-888-COLD-AIR or online at conditionedair.com. License number CAC 1819590.
Listen, when it comes to taking care of your family, it's about being proactive. And I'm just telling you, when it comes to the water in your home, it's about taking care of your family and being proactive. You don't want that smell of chlorine in the water. Can you imagine what the steam is doing in your shower as you're breathing that in? Get rid of it, be proactive, and do this for your family. Call now, don't wait. Get your free digital Pentair water test. Listen, Pelican Water is now Pentair Water Solutions. They are the pros. You know the name. I talk about them all the time. 239-880-7799. I would like for you to do what I did for my family, and that is take care of the water in your home. You're going to love the way your water tastes from every faucet, I'm telling you. And right now, through July 30th, you can take $199 off installation of your whole home water system. Be proactive. Call now and get that free digital Pentair water test. Find out what's in your water. See for yourself. 239-880-7799. Book online at pelicanwestfl.com and get it today. That free digital Pentair water test. Get it now.
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Westland Financial. Although the lowest rates may be in our rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the biggest economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash-out refi program and pay off high-rate credit cards, car loans, or other high-interest rate debt. Or finally make those home improvements you put on hold for so long. Best of all, we can do this with no closing costs. That's right. Whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, I strive to offer the highest level of care for those suffering with back and neck problems. With unparalleled service and our award-winning non-surgical spinal decompression approach, thousands of people have chosen us to treat their back or neck problems. If you are seeking lasting relief that is proven effective without needles or surgery, then call today to see if you may be a candidate. This completely safe treatment can be effective for many conditions, including sciatica, ruptured or herniated discs, facet syndrome, compressed nerves, arthritis, and spinal stenosis. Additionally, people who had failed back surgery in the past often find incredible relief from spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care, all our treatments are drug-free and non-surgical. We use new and comprehensive approaches that provide lasting relief. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Greetings from Health Plan Network. First, a sincere thank you to the gang at WFSX and their loyal listeners. The response to our recent individual health insurance ads have been phenomenal. Second, a short history lesson. When the federal government made their last attempt at socialized medicine or Obamacare, most insurance companies refused to participate, leaving millions with no choice but the high premiums and deductibles on the marketplace. On the other hand, our clients were able to keep their non-cancelable coverage and have enjoyed low premiums and great coverage for the last 7 years. The new administration has promised yet another run at their stated goal of nationalized health insurance. If you're on Obamacare, uninsured, or on COBRA, now is the time to act. Protect yourself and family with non-cancelable coverage guaranteed to age 65 now. Call me at 239-368-6712 or go to our website at healthplannetwork.net. That's 239-368-6712 or go to healthplannetwork.net. We can help.
Bank accounts today, advance payments on an expanded child tax credit, up to $300 per child, paid mid-month through December.
White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki says the money will help people who need it most.
We have seen projections that the child tax credit, the implementation or the extension of child tax credit could cut child poverty in half.
Republicans have raised concerns about the loss of tax dollars and the possibility of improper payments.
Fox's Rachel Sutherland. 3 weeks after the collapse of a condo tower in Surfside, Florida, 911 calls are released.
Okay, you're in your apartment right now?
Yes, but half the building's gone.
Okay, are you able to get out through the staircase?
No, the staircase is closed.
97 deaths are confirmed now, with 8 people unaccounted for. A judge yesterday ruled that the property should be sold as soon as possible, with proceeds helping victims and their families. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Keeping an eye on a crash heading out through Cape Coral. This is at Northwest 4th Terrace, just north of Pine Island Road off Nicholas Parkway. Watch out for some activity there involving a pedestrian versus a vehicle. Also keeping an eye on a crash at Palm Beach Boulevard at Orange River Boulevard. Still seeing roadblock and delays in both directions on Palm Beach, and a second crash in the area near Louise Street on Palm Beach Boulevard. Heading out through Lehigh, we have an accident on State Road 82 at 40th Street Southwest. There's another crash on 82 also in Collier County, right at the intersection of State Road 29, causing some delays. There are injuries in that crash, so going to see a little bit more of a scene out there. And in Collier, we have crashes at Livingston and Vanderbilt Beach Road and Goodlet Frank and Solana Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Thursday, Southwest Florida. After a wet start this week, look for a slightly drier day today. However, we still will be looking at some storms, so they will be more hit or miss and isolated in nature. Temperatures pushing to 93 degrees for this afternoon. Moisture increases with storm chances on the rise as we head into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Spotty storms expected for tomorrow afternoon on your Friday with a high of 92 degrees, with storms becoming more scattered and a little bit more widespread in nature. Saturday, Sunday with highs remaining near 92 degrees. I'm Wink Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Serving up a tray load of truth today on 92.5 Fox News.
It's Big Al from Stevie Tomato's Sports Page. Do you feel American pride and want to shout, God bless America? As a son of immigrants who came through Ellis Island, I stand when the national anthem plays and get emotional thinking of those who have sacrificed for America's greatness. At Stevie's, we're filled with gratitude for our great customers and the country we live in. The firemen, police, emergency service, construction workers, and those who go about each day providing the foundation for our country. We love our customers and express our gratitude with our food, service, and value. Thankful for your dedication for what you do. And to all our great customers, show your love for this great country by going to any Stevie's. Stand at the bar and say loud and clear for all to hear, God bless America, and I'll buy you a 10-ounce beer. Restrictions apply in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. God bless America.
Stevie Tomatoes, Sports Page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window, and we would like to manufacture and install your windows. Only New South offers true factory direct windows to you. Only New South has award-winning windows that are made and designed specifically for our Florida weather. Every single New South window is custom manufactured just for your home. These are high-performance, energy-efficient windows, and now you can buy 2 windows and get the third absolutely free. Visit us at newsouthwindow.com or call for your factory direct pricing.
Call now, 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals, appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Well, is the little pill working yet?
Men, these days could be a thing of the past. Hello, this is Dr. Lou Spangler at Neogenics. Recent advances in non-surgical treatment for erectile dysfunction, combining high-frequency shockwave therapy with the P-shot, which utilizes platelet-rich plasma, can help restore your virility. These treatments help restore blood flow to the penis and rejuvenate penile tissues, resulting in longer, stronger, firmer, more satisfying erections. Both treatments are simple, in-office procedures, and there is no pain and no downtime. You can resume all normal activities immediately after treatment, including sexual activity. Men, you don't have to suffer anymore. If you have erectile dysfunction or simply want to improve your sexual function, call Neogenics at 239-277-9999 for a free consultation. That's Neogenics at 277-9999. Again, 277-9999.
This is State Representative Spencer Roach. Did you know that state legislatures have the power to redraw district boundaries for every member of Congress and every member of the state legislature? We do this based on the census that is required every 10 years. In Florida, that process is regulated by the Fair Districting Act, amended on the Florida Constitution in 2010. It requires that district lines are not drawn to favor one political party, that districts are compact, and that they follow geographic boundaries. Due to our exploding population from people fleeing liberal lockdown states, Florida will receive a new congressional seat, while socialist states like California and New York are losing seats. This proves that people are choosing freedom. The process begins this fall, and the final maps will be voted on during our session early next year. This is State Representative Spencer Roach. You can count on me to keep you updated as things unfold, and I'm counting on you to help keep Florida red, because I'm not tired of winning. Stay tuned and stay engaged. Sponsored by Friends of Spencer Roach, P.O. Box 3179, North Fort Myers, Florida, 33918.
Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit LDTlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano. LDTlaw.com.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. Thank you for watching. Listen, it's mobile friendly. It's simple. It's if you just go to DrewSteele.com on your phone there, whatever browser you're using. You'll see the video pop up. Boop, you just hit it, and boop, there it is. It'll just show on your phone, on your smart device. And thank you for that. All right, you ready? Top 5 audio clips of the day. Here we go. It's a 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Number 5.
The Biden border crisis is getting worse and worse every day. We are on pace for over 2 million people to cross illegally into this country. We have the highest level of illegal immigration in over 20 years. Last year, we had the lowest rate of illegal immigration in 45 years. How did we go from incredible success to incredible failure? Joe Biden and Kamala Harris screwed this up.
Yeah, I'd say that's right. That's Ted Cruz yesterday. You know, the border crisis is not going away just because we are not along the border reporting on things day to day does not mean that we still do not have the same issues. We do, very much so. In the same way, in the same light that CRT is not going away, everybody, just because every single day people aren't hitting on critical race theory does not mean that the people who are concerned about it and the teaching of our kids, the youths of America.
Did you say youths?
Yeah, darn tootin', I did. I did say darn. That's the second time this week I'd used darn tootin'. But just like that, that's not we're not going away when it comes to that either. But yeah, Ted Cruz, I'm telling it like it is. Listen, it's this administration that's causing the problems.
Number 4.
It's voting at 2 a.m. in the morning. It's voting at 2 a.m. in the morning that is the key issue. Is there anyone in Texas that's not currently able to vote? Because I've heard the hyperbole. This is Jim Crow. This is voter repression. This is the Civil War from the leadership of your party. Is there currently a single example you can provide me of a registered citizen voter in Texas that can't vote if we're fighting the Civil War here?
Thankfully, this bill has not passed yet, and God willing, it won't pass.
No, if the bill passes, will there be any minority or woman that's not able to vote?
All right. So yesterday, hey, give the guy credit for at least going on the program on Fox News Primetime, the Texas Democrat, who decided to, I don't know, hey, you might say humiliate himself there because he's trying to name one right that was denied under this Texas voting bill that they all got on the plane maskless with a case of beer and off to D.C. because, it's just your tax dollars and everything. But, we're fighting for freedom. Couldn't name one thing. Maybe you couldn't do it because there is not one thing in there that would deny people the right to vote. But you keep demagoguing on.
Number 3.
We are in a situation where we have a wildly effective vaccine, multiple choices, lots available, free of charge, and we have folks who are just saying, I won't do it. I think that it's time to say to those folks, it's fine if you don't choose to get vaccinated. You may not come to work. You may not have access to a situation where you're going to put my grandchildren in jeopardy, where you might kill them, where you might put them in a situation where they're going to carry the virus to someone in a high-risk position.
That's the former Obama administration Health and Human Services Secretary Kathleen Sebelius on CNN's Out Front, who decided to let Americans know that, listen, if you don't get the vaccine for the vid, not only should you not be allowed to go to work, but maybe you shouldn't have access to your kids because you're going to kill them. Anybody have a problem with that? Or
Number 2.
So here's what we know tonight, factually. At least 36 batches of mail-in ballots from the November election were double counted in Fulton County. That's a total of more than 4,000 votes. Those numbers come from a group called Voter GA, which along with Bob Cheeley sued to get them. The final tally from the double counts we know about amounts to more than 3,300 votes for Joe Biden and 865 votes for Donald Trump. Now, before you dismiss Bob Cheeley and Voter GA as dishonest partisan actors, keep in mind that the strongly left-of-center Atlanta Journal-Constitution appears to agree with this, at least in outline. The newspaper reviewed the available digital ballot images independently and concluded that hundreds of ballots were improperly duplicated.
No. Tucker Carlson last night. No. Let's not talk about voter irregularities in Fulton County, Georgia. No. Let's not do this. We're supposed to move on. We are told by those Republican never-Trumpers, anybody else, all over the globe. No. We got to move on. Can't talk about this because people don't want to hear about it. Independents don't want to hear about this anymore. They're not gonna vote for the next Republican. Oh no, because they have moved on from this. No. We can do both. We can think about and concentrate on the 22 and 24 elections and still be concerned about election integrity at the same time. And that's Tucker Carlson talking about Fulton County. We're going to get more into that in just a second and what they've been able to uncover. It's, some might say shocking, some might say not surprised.
Number one.
About voting rights and these Texas lawmakers who have come to Washington. Do you know any examples from his 36 years in the Senate that Joe Biden just hopped on a train and left town to avoid a vote that he knew he was going to lose?
Welcome back. Look, I think that the president's view is that these Texas legislators were making a statement through action in opposition to efforts in their state to oppose restrictions on people's fundamental rights.
No. There's no restrictions to their fundamental right to vote. There are no restrictions. Somebody has to step up in the press pool, if it's not Peter Doocy right there, and question them. What is it specifically in the bill? Tell us.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
That was Jen Psaki circling back because
I'll circle back if there's.
Yeah, I know you'll circle back. All right, doing what she does. We need the song. That's what we need. We need a little Jen Psaki music.
I hate to disappoint you, but I will have to circle back with you on that as well. Circle back. Circle back.
Yeah, we really didn't need that. But anyway, the point is that Peter Doocy is questioning about, would Joe Biden get on a plane with a case of beer, maskless, and head out to D.C. and just walk away from a vote there? Well, he probably actually would if everybody else was doing it. He'd go right along with it. Not a joke there. I mean, if we're going to be quite honest about that. Yeah,
not a joke.
Yeah, not a joke. But, again, what's in it? What's in the bill? Voters who wish to vote by mail would be required to include their driver's license number on the application. If they don't have a driver's license, they can give a social security number, the last 4 digits. Oh, shocking. You can't do that. That is absolutely an outrage. Harder for election workers to bar or eject poll watchers from polling places and strengthens their ability to survey most parts of a voting location. That's an outrage. You can't do that. We can't vote 24 hours a day in Texas. You can't pull up at 2:30 a.m. in the morning and expect that people are going to be... No, you can't do that. All right. I get the idea with the music. Yeah, it's not an outrage. Once you understand what's in it, you realize that this isn't a big deal at all. As a matter of fact, it's less restrictive than you've heard it already. Less restrictive than Joe Biden's own state of Delaware and the like. But again, you got to put that out there. What is it? What is it? Say it. You've got Georgia, which we're not allowed to talk about. I'm going to do it anyway. The questions about voting irregularity that you heard from Tucker Carlson last night. He had more on that to say, right?
So what's the explanation for this? Well, if you ask Fulton County, these discrepancies, the ones you just saw on the screen, were isolated incidents. Just a handful of bad ballots. Happens all the time. The county claims that any errors were caught in previous recounts. The problem is that neither one of those claims is true. Surveillance footage obtained by Voter GA appears to show large numbers of ballots being scanned multiple times. Pay attention in the tape we're showing you to the woman wearing yellow at the desk. According to Voter GA, she slides ballots into a scanning machine, removes the ballots, and then reinserts the same ballots. This happens multiple times. The question is, how many times were those ballots counted? Was each vote counted more than once? Fulton County won't answer that question. Now, one way to know the answer would be to check what are called audit tally sheets. Tellingly, for months after the presidential election, Fulton County failed to provide more than 100,000 of those tally sheets, including 50,000 of them for mail-in ballots.
Yeah. We're just asking questions. That's all it is. But no, you should move on. You shouldn't even ask about this. We have completely moved on from the election. 762 million people voted for Joe Biden, and you can't tell us any different. It's exactly what it is, everybody. Yeah, there are a lot of questions. Like, for example, if Democrats and the rest of the country want transparency, the most transparent administration in the history of mankind. We're transparent. We're going to show you. Okay, whatever. Why are congressional Democrats attempting to stop Maricopa County's audit? The House Oversight Committee Chairwoman Carolyn Maloney demanded production of documents from auditors and says her committee is launching a formal investigation into the audit. Well, why? What are you worried about? A 13-page letter trying to disrupt the vote audit. Shouldn't you want to see it? Shouldn't you want the audit finished? Let's see what you've got. And then explain to us how you got to this place. It's really strange that they're trying to stop and disrupt it. Merrick Garland, not too long ago in June, was saying, hey, listen, we're going to be keeping an eye on this.
We will apply the same scrutiny to post-election audits to ensure they abide by federal statutory requirements to protect election records and avoid the intimidation of voters. In that regard, we will publish guidance explaining the civil and criminal statutes that apply to post-election audits. And we will likewise publish guidance with respect to early voting and voting by mail.
Yeah. Some might say, listen, if you got nothing to hide, what are you worried about? I mean, if you're innocent of any crimes that are out there, then wouldn't you want more sunlight? It's a great disinfectant, right? Unless you're concerned. And I mentioned this yesterday. I mentioned it this morning. You can't say it enough. And Tucker made the same comment yesterday. Listen, if the former President Trump said the same exact thing at CPAC. The news coming out of Georgia is beyond incredible. The hand recount in Fulton County was a total fraud. They stuffed the ballot box and got caught. We will lose our country if this is allowed to stand. He's exactly right. We will lose our country if this is allowed to stand. Right? Isn't that how Tucker opened up his comments yesterday?
In a warehouse. Except it's not true. It now appears there actually was meaningful voter fraud in Fulton County, Georgia last November. That is not a conspiracy theory. It's true. From the beginning, this show has tried to be fact-based when we talk about the 2020 election results. So here's what we know tonight, factually.
And then he goes on to talk about it. But it wasn't that segment that he mentioned it. But I know that he talked about it last night and election integrity and how that's it, everybody. That's game over. If you're thinking what's game over in this country, if every single election, starting from today forward, is going to be questioned by both sides as to whether or not it's legit, and you'll never be able to just put a stamp on it and say, 2000, hanging chads, Florida, goes through the decision process, makes its way to the courts, it's done, it's over. Everybody licks their wounds, walks away. They're kind of frustrated. You're a little angry. But at the end of the day, you are willing to accept the results that have been put forward in front of you. If you are no longer willing to accept those results, then it's game over. So spare me this, got to move on. Can't talk about the election. Can't talk about election integrity. For fraud, you can't do it. Spare us. Because this is the game. The game that we're playing is to make sure that we have integrity in our elections. And if we don't ensure that it is, and no matter what the result is and how we get to that point and how we all agree to say, look, this is the number, this is what it is, and yes, they are the victors, and these are the people who did not win, and you'll get them next time. If we can't all agree on that, no matter how we get to that number, then it is game over. Does that make sense? All right. 239-479-5592. And by the way, just to let you know that Jake is still arguing over the fact that, according to Google Trends, the number one most purchased item off an ice cream truck here in the state of Florida is the firebomb pop. And you are convinced that it is
SpongeBob.
Yeah. You think it's And a little aside for you, if you get your hands on a good humor chocolate egg Claire ice cream, it will change your life. It will absolutely change the way you look at ice cream.
And you must bring us one.
Yeah, you can't find them anywhere. Just putting that out there. Okay. We got to end on a sweet note. see what I did there? Nope. All right, let's find. Yeah, she's not. Hi, Casey Sherman. She's got your forecast.
We'll look for a slightly